When they say it's later than you think, they're talking about age. They're not talking about the evening, right? They're talking about it's late. It's later in life. You're going to die. It's a metaphysical, existential song. I think. I only heard it yesterday. Enjoy yourself. It's later than you think. We're all dying. We're all going to die. My Twitch stats box isn't working on here. And that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. Doms, please don't tell me how to steal books. I know how to steal stuff. I'm not getting any, but I can't afford to get anything at the moment. Right. Don't forget, if you've been blocked on Twitter, you have not been cancelled. That is not a cancellation. That is not a cancellation. Nor is it an invitation to be a prick and to harass people. Oh, you're live, by the way. What? Is this live? Huh? No. Shut up, man. Don't tease me. This isn't live. This isn't live. It is an existential song. He's just grassed you up to Lawrence Fox. Uh-oh. Lawrence Fox. Looking forward to being called a pedo. Phone lines are open. Kath will be here soon. It's a bit naughty me starting before she gets here, but you're doing maths, isn't it? Just doing maths. Enjoy yourself. I'll wait for a call. I'll wait for a call. It gets stuck in my moustache. Doo-dah, doo-dah. My hair is falling into a very nice kind of side parting. I've stopped. It's too heavy to kind of slick it back completely. So I'm kind of slicking it back on the side. And thank you. Thank you, Pete. Let's do this. Let's do this. Punk crack man. Who loves you, pretty baby? Who gonna help you through the night? Who love you? Who gonna love you? Who love? Oh, this stinks, man. You're a dickhead, you're a dickhead, you're a dickhead, big boy. You're a dickhead, big boy, big boy. Yes, you are. You're a dickhead. You're my dickhead, though. Okay. Let's do this. Let's do this. I got no idea the numbers. The Twitch stats box isn't working. My house smells a bit fish. I had fish yesterday. $1,500, apparently. The numbers are to whack. Nice to see you all, everybody. Hello. very, very anxious. Patreon is going so well. Thank you. It's going so well. It's nowhere near what we need to make to cover some of the bills. I mean, I'll put it into context. All we're after is a quarter of what I earn at Talk Radio. I earn quite a lot at Talk Radio. It was all right. Quite a lot. I did all right. And we're not even a close. Morning, Hush. We're going to get in touch with you at some point. To a quarter of that. And that's fine. That sounds ungrateful. Let me rephrase that. The Patreon is going well, but we are nowhere near what we would need to pay my mortgage and to pay some of the money to my ex-wife. So, maintenance, which I'm proud to pay. I'm proud to pay. That's not, oh, get out paying that. Thank you, John Gould. Proud to pay that money. It's my duty to pay that money. We're nowhere near. We're nowhere near. And so I've had a night of anxiety, of bad dreams, not being able to sleep. So I did a late night stream last night. Worrying. I'm thinking, I gotta sell the goddamn house. I'm some way off having to sell the goddamn house. Right? But, right. As long as it goes to the kids, what does that mean? What a ridiculous thing to say. What a ridiculous thing to suggest. How dare you suggest that? How dare you suggest that? How dare you suggest that? Hey, sir. So, I'm just not quite sure I'm just not quite sure I'm going to go from my own experience. Well, I'm sorry your experience was shit, but please, how dare you tar other people with that brush? Sorry your experience was terrible. So anxiety. But I'm seeing my I'm seeing my new psych today, so hopefully get on some pills. I just don't know how we turn this around. Hey, Phaser. So I don't want the whole show, all the shows to just be adverts for Patreon, because you go, oh, jeez. Jeez, there we go. There we go. Aish. You know those, I don't want to give them ideas, but those, you know those people that think I cancelled them just because I blocked them? I'm not inviting them to, because I would cut them off, but they literally have my phone number. What's that, Dory Lou? What are you going to use when you've got anxiety? Morning, Lazarus. Morning, everybody. Let's pick up. Where's Kath? Because I've made the fresh coffee, and I may have made it too early. Dave Scott. Oh, I should be using my fidget cube. Oh, you can have that. Should be using my fidget cube. In fact, I'm going to go and get my fidget cube. Thank you. That's a great suggestion, Hattie. Jack, we're cool. I'm overreacting. I'm cool. My ex-wife is a brilliant mother and is a brilliant human being, and I overreacted. Oh, shit, they're there. Deary me. Extortion. Should be here soon. But I know it's a tough time for everyone. I know it's tough. I don't like the fidget poppers. Don't do it for me. But the kids love them. It's tough times for everyone. So maybe we don't make it. Maybe we don't make it. Okay, maybe we sell the house. Okay. Maybe we don't make it. Thank you, Jamdo. Thank you, Jamdo. So who knows? Who knows? Let's dial a number in America. 00. What is America? 11. Oh, that didn't work. Here she comes. She's thinking I'm about to scare her. Hey, Boily. Yo. If you... Hello. Have you worn glasses recently? You haven't, have you? That's what's different.
I'm running out of contact lenses, and they're renewing my prescription, so I have to wait.
Right, let me think you're alive, by the way.
We are in here, babies. Thinking about it all the way here.
Junkie.
You better give me some of that good stuff. I know it's free the second time, right?
15 stone, 7 3/4.
That's great, but I know it's born out of crapness. I was listening to Brene Brown about that today, about how with depression, she had a therapist who told her that with depression, you often crave to fill, right?
Yeah.
But with despair, that's when you can't swallow, you can't eat.
Yeah.
I get it. I get it.
She's right. I'm losing weight, guys, through Noom.
And through emotional crisis.
Through stress. Through Noom and stress. That's not a very flattering shot, though, is it? That's because these jeans are now too big. I bought bigger jeans. Now they're too big. Katefa! You're late! You're later, far! Katefa, you're later, far!
Good morning to you, everyone. Oh, my little girl was a bit upset today when I was brushing her hair. I was putting her plaits in this morning.
I wasn't sure if you were talking about a cat or a child.
No,
okay,
actual child. And I said, what's the matter? And she said, I feel so sorry for the supply teacher. Because she has this, say supply teacher, but she's quite regular. Because I think...
I don't know about a bowel movement.
No, I think the other teacher is has to do courses and stuff anyway. So this teacher's in quite a lot. And the loud kids just don't listen to her, and she's got such a sore throat, and I feel so sorry for her. I said, well, why don't you say something really nice to her today, and you'll make her feel good.
Why don't you stand on your desk and tell everyone to shut the F up?
Oh yeah,
I'm
going to tell her that tomorrow.
Vic says, Catherine, you look amazing.
Thank you.
Amazing. What is that denim?
It's I believe it's called chambray.
So that means bedroom. So
That's chambray. It's like denim, but it's softer cotton.
When my man puts on blue
Not as thick.
stratus. You remember that?
No.
I thought it was called denim, and as I wrote, there is an aftershave called denim.
Denim,
and as
yeah,
I
my dad had it.
As I approached the word, I realised it was stratos. But when my man puts on blue stratus, I get into something new. Do you not remember that?
Not really, no.
It's
I remember-
bluesy, it's very sexy, it's funky.
My dad had high karate, denim, I remember. There was some Old Spice.
Let's have a look. When my man puts on blue stratus. Let's just look at old adverts
But
today.
you've got to remember that my dad's dad, didn't think it was manly to wear anything slightly perfumed, not even deodorant.
Right.
Old fashioned, you see.
Here we go. When my man...
When my man puts on blue stratos,
Me!
I know he's into something new. When
me.
my man puts on blue stratos,
When you say he's into something new, does she mean
there
someone new?
ain't nothing he can't do.
His whole house
and
is
he
blue.
ain't doing bad
Oh, hey,
now.
baby. That's my
When my
low
man
voice.
puts on blue
Everyone's wearing
stratos,
blue.
I don't need to sing the blues.
But you are singing blues.
Cool, quiet.
Notice that the song is being sung by a woman of colour. There's only white people in the advert. Racist, Britain. Racist.
White Stratos. People, huh? Oh,
We've moved on a few years now.
no, we haven't. I mean, freedom. But do you have to do that? Is it like with Tampax, you have to throw yourself
Oh,
out
I
of
don't
a
like
plane?
heights.
No.
I don't like heights.
But it's because of Stratos, I'm guessing, the stratosphere.
Oh, yeah, okay. Well, so we've gone 75, 81, or 84, and now we're going to 88. So this one's recent.
Blue moon, you saw me standing alone without a dream in my heart,
Blue jeans.
without a love of my own.
Blue movie!
It's Pan Shop Polo, isn't it?
Oh, blue.
Blue stratus. Nothing's grey when you're into blue.
What? Nothing's grey when you're into blue.
Guy said, I had high karate soap on I wrote for Christmas once because I liked Hong Kong Phooey. Very disappointing year that was.
Who would I most like to have a one?
Hong Kong Phooey.
My perfume today smells like chocolate milkshake.
Does your milkshake bring...
Yes, it
You
does.
saw me standing.
It's called Musk Maori, and it
Okay.
smells like chocolate milkshake. But like,
Here we go.
but
Now this is
sexy.
this is combining. This is in between advert 1 and 2 that we saw. In between the guy in the blue house and the lightsaber hang glider. So this is in between the two, and it's
It's
like
the sauna.
here we go. Look, but it combines elements.
Unleashes the free spirit in man.
Unleash the spirit.
yourself off.
A unique spirit of freedom experienced only with Blue Stratos cologne. Brisk,
For men.
bold, adventurous.
Blue Stratos.
She can smell it from down there! Oh, come on. He's put too much on.
Unleash the spirit in
David
your man
Travis.
this Christmas
Smell
with
it
a
before he's in
gift
the
of
room.
Blue Stratos.
Which was a great alarm system. I'm happy to sit and watch adverts all day. You're going to watch some adverts now, guys. No adverts from July 1st. No adverts from July 1st.
Not one.
Not
well,
one.
apart from the ones we make up.
I had my only fight at school, says DJ Blagg, in a supply teacher's class, partly because she'd lost control of our behaviour. Oh, God, they did.
Oh, we used to do awful things. It was like a supply teacher come in, specifically a young, possibly trainee teacher, and it would be like, hey, here we go. This is going to be fun. Awful.
We had in the third year of middle school, so we were like 9 or 10, and there was a supply. I always lucked out in my life in missing the great teachers. And there was a great teacher that everyone loved, genuinely loved. Probably for prepubescent boys, there was, and some of the girls actually, there was a kind of a sexual element about her. She wasn't particularly sexy, but she was also a brilliant teacher.
Charming and charismatic.
Yeah, she filled a lot of roles. Mrs. Hammond. Mrs. Hammond killed her husband, but you won't kill me.
That was a song, was it?
Well, it was a song, but we don't know if she did kill her husband, but I suspect she might have done.
See, we had Merv the Perv. But go on.
So everyone wanted Mrs. Hammond, right? And then we found out we were getting Mrs. Hammond.
Nice.
We were getting Mrs. Hammond. And we went into Mrs. Hammond's class and she said, okay, guys, the year starts. Just let you know, I'm going to be leaving in a few weeks. No. Mrs. Hammond was the OG Carol Baskin. Totes. No. And she left and we were weeping. We were heartbroken. It was devastating. And she got replaced by someone called, I think, Mrs. Lennon.
Poor Mrs. Lennon. Not a chance.
No. Although I did write a slightly racist story that she thought was so good. Very racist story, actually. That she thought was so good. She got Mrs. Savage, who was...
Is that the racist story or the homophobic story?
What homophobic
Oh,
story?
no, someone else did the homophobic story.
I did a racist story.
Which was the one that got put on the wall and it sort of used the term...
Oh, that was an essay in grammar school.
Yeah.
In grammar school, a guy wrote an essay about Erasure, the band, and it got put on the wall. It was so good, and it had language in it. Well, I can't remember the names of the Erasure boys.
Andy Bell.
Andy Bell is the gay Effie bumboy.
Wow.
Effie for horrible gay word. Andy Bell is the gay Effie bumboy of the group. And
The teacher went, well done, gold
We're
star,
like-
we're going to put that on the
we're
wall.
like 13 or 14, and that got put on the wall.
Yeah, but you've got to remember, I'm going to say it, different times. The front pages of the
No,
newspapers were using terms like that as a little bit of fun.
Yeah, well, I mean, Boris Johnson wrote an article about it within
More
the
recently,
last 10,
yeah,
15
exactly.
years. By the way, how great are Erasure?
That's so good.
But so Mrs. Hammond left, and we were devastated. We had Mrs. Lennon, who thought that a racist story that I wrote was so good that it should be typed up by Mrs. Savage, who was a very sexy secretary. She would wear these thick leather chokers.
Sauvage.
It was, I mean, and at 10 it was like,
I don't know what this is, but I feel things.
And anyway, so then the other class got Mr. Dennis, who was a prick, and he was the supply teacher, and no one liked him. Or some people did. They thought he was funny. He would say things like, "I'm going to shoot you with a double-barrel water pistol." Well, I'm going to shoot you with a double-barrel water pistol. You booballistic. He'd say all that kind of stuff, right? We think, jeez. Anyway, they had him. And we had a game of rounders, right? This is incredible. We're 9, 10 years old, right? Up the workers. We had a game of rounders. He was the referee. Mrs. Lennon was new.
Oh, no.
He cheated.
Was he showing off to Mrs. Lennon?
Don't know. He was showing off to his class. He cheated. So his class were winning. Do you know what we did? We all sat down on strike. We
Yes.
all sat down on strike, and we were ordered to get up. And we went, nope. We're 9 years old.
9-year-olds have got a very strong sense of injustice.
get back in the classroom. Get back in the classroom. So we went back in the classroom and we got the bollocking of our lives.
No dissent was permitted at all in 80s education. Not at all. The teacher would punish you for flagging up anything that these days they're not. It's not that they're frightened of you saying that they've done something wrong, but they will get called out, right? Yeah. And kids, I think, will get listened to more, quite rightly so. Back then, you didn't. Not only did you not flag it up to the teachers, you also didn't tell your parents because you get punished twice.
But then we had to two of us, and I think I was one of those people. You know, sometimes you can't quite remember whether you. But anyway, I think two of us had to go into his class and apologise to him and to his class. And I think I was one of those people. And that says a lot about
And there's another thing about our education as Gen X.
Shame.
Humiliation of children.
And that says a lot about my need to apologise to people, rightly or wrongly. I get the balance wrong. I'm either F you or I apologise too much. Had to go in and apologise to him and his class. Sorry, Mr. Dennis.
Do they make kids stand up with their hands on their heads anymore?
No, that's.
I mean,
I had my 11-year-old's parents' evening last night, all done on Zoom. Very smooth, 5-minute windows, and you get a little countdown, and you're out. Or very smooth, apart from one lesson where I'm sat there, and then nothing's happening. This teacher popped up on the screen, and he's looking, and he looked at it, and he disappeared. Apart from that, very, very smooth, right? And it was a joy. It's like having 2 hours of people say nice things about one of your favourite people in your life. It was a joy. And are the
kids supposed to be present or no?
No. And I phoned him up afterwards and I said, this is great. This is great. And, and all the things they were picking him up on, like small things. There weren't many, because my eldest son is great. My youngest son, the guy's screwed. I'm joking, Jim. All of the... and that's I shouldn't make jokes like that, because he won't see this, but he might see it one day. But that's the kind of joke that would get me. So I'm not going to make those jokes anymore. But all the things they were saying, if he could just... pay a little bit more attention sometimes, and it would be great if he could just put his hand up a bit more in maths. And I'm thinking, okay, yeah, not a fucking chance. Not a fucking chance. And I went back and I said, look, some of the teachers would like you to contribute a bit more, but I get it. I get why you don't want to put your hand up. And I gave them the talk about there's no wrong answers. I learned to ask what I consider silly questions, 3 counties to ask. One of the greatest lessons I ever learned in interviewing was when we were at 3 counties, and we'd sometimes have like counsellors in or police chiefs and stuff like that, and they would say something that would be a phrase that I would have heard on the news at some point, and I wouldn't know what it meant. And so I would sit there and go,
They count on that.
And then I just thought, I wonder what would happen if I ask a really dumb question and go, I'm really sorry, that thing you just said, I don't know what that means. Talk to me like I'm an idiot. What does that mean? And then they would either be very, very kindly explain it, and it would make it easier for me, or
it would become obvious that they didn't know either.
They didn't know either. And I told this.
Well done, whoever is doing media training for people, and actually convincing them that they can't manage without you, because it's made some people absolutely terrified.
Sorry. Before you go any further, Catherine, I would just like to thank you and your listeners for the opportunity to come. You asked the question and the first answer, 3 minutes. I would just like to thank you and your listeners for giving me the opportunity to come on. And by the time they finish that, you go, okay, well, we're out of time. So we never let them get away with it. Lessons will be learned. But
also, when we heard that as the starting point, when you go, thanks very much for joining us. So what happened there? That's surely something that you would not want to stand behind. Well, first of all, thank you so much for having me. We'd look at each other like, we got one.
Yeah.
We got one.
Like someone's been on a course. But I told that story to my boy, not that one, but the one about asking silly questions. I said, look, it took me a long time. I wish I'd learned it earlier. But there's no such thing as a silly question. If you don't know it, there'll be someone in the class who doesn't know it and will be going, oh, thank God he asked. I said, but I'm not going to put any pressure on you to do that. The teachers have said they'd like to see that a bit more, but I also get why you don't want to do that. So I'm leaving that up to you. That's up to you.
It's a really hard political balance in classrooms, right, as the kid, because put your hand up too much, everyone hates you, including the teacher, and they start ignoring you. And that's true.
Yeah.
I can speak from experience. Stop putting your hand up, the teacher notices, and start telling your mum and dad that you've lost your confidence or whatever. It's not that at all. It's that, especially I think in state schools, you don't want to stand out as the bright kid. You don't want to stand out as the bright kid, but you also don't want to stand out as the kid that doesn't get it. So everyone is just desperate to conform and keep their head down because everyone just wants to be the same
Billy
and
says,
left alone.
I remember the police coming into the school and they asked all of us if we'd like to have a go on the fingerprint machine. Looking back, I'm glad I didn't pick a crime. That's terrible.
Imagine the uproar now.
We had a copper come round and pass us all around a lump of hash and some trips.
We had. They brought a frame full of drugs.
Great.
You know, like box of treasure you've got back there with like bits and bobs in it, and they've made it into artwork.
My friend Lucy made that. I'll go and get it later because you can buy it.
That's what they did.
You can. Why it goes that way and then it starts turning that way. You can buy those. That's great. So I had a lovely chat with my boy, and I mean, most of this there was hardly any negative stuff. A lot of it was finessing, and
how'd you handle the "I'm proud of you, son" stuff?
What do you mean?
Well, because there's a subtle difference, isn't there? And it's something I've learned as someone who was brought up to crave approval, right? Because those moments when they said, "I'm proud of you," right?
Yeah.
I've noticed you do something different.
Oh, I say you should be proud of yourself. And I learnt that from my therapist, who I think was a cult leader and was ripping me off for lots of money.
Oh, okay.
But I learned some great stuff from him. He would make a great cult leader. I saw a therapist who I'm convinced is a cult leader. Certainly he was trying to form a little cult with us and I got sucked in for a bit. But so I very rarely do I say, I'm really proud of you. I did last night. I will generally say you should be proud of yourself. It will help, hopefully, in the long term, prevent them seeking approval from outside of themselves, that they are enough on their own, which is something I never had. But last night I did do that. I'm so proud of you, and you should be really proud of yourself as well, because everyone said you were a pleasure to teach. But all of because I'm now thinking about ADHD and stuff, so every time I'm being told maybe he doesn't pay attention, there wasn't many of that. I'm thinking, is he ADHD? Is he ADHD? Is it? So I'm thinking from a completely different sphere to what the teacher was thinking, maybe what his mum was thinking. I don't really know what his mum was thinking, but we were both on there on kind of this weird Zoom, this kind of bastard Zoom system that they had. But it was great. Is what I'm saying.
Guardian says, I used to put my hand up all the time, even if I didn't know the answer. Teachers will usually pick the brightest kid to answer. It was not me. Tell you what I had happen? I stopped putting my hand up in French class because I was embarrassed. All the other kids were starting to hate me. So the teacher used to ask every single other kid in the class and then go on then, Catherine, you tell them. That helped a lot. Thanks, guys.
Then the English teacher said, my boy's spelling is not great. And I think, he's not dyslexic. They've kind of looked at that. And I think it's not important to him. And I totally get that. Isn't it funny? The things, maybe I'm too much of a hippie dad. Again, I think he just wants to get his stuff out. So he's not thinking about this. He just wants to get it out and done. And I appreciate that. She said, you could, and it just dawned on me now. She said, there's a thing you can get, little, it looks like a calculator. It's called a pocket speller. And you type in the word, and if you're close to the word, it will tell you what the word is, how to spell it, and it'll give you the definition. And it's great. You can have it. They can have it in their pencil cases, and we don't mind them having the pocket spellers in class.
Wow.
So I got him
a
one.
Spell check.
Well, it's a little. I'll show you what it is.
That's basically what it is, isn't it?
Yeah, it's and so I got him one for him. Here we go, pocket speller. Let's have a little look at. You can't see my.
Really runny nose. I think it's hay fever. I had some Beccanase this morning, but apologies.
Just make sure you can't see my address. If we go
conk.
screen, rubbing your cock.
Conk. Conk.
So it's that, right? I don't think you can see my address. I don't care. So it's that, right? And so I ordered one for him. And I ordered one for his brother, of course, because it's a gadget. And then as I'm sat here, I'm thinking, what's wrong with dictionaries? That's a dictionary, right? That's a 20 quid dictionary, right? Right? What's wrong with a little pocket?
A little one, yeah.
But that's more fun. That's more fun.
Yeah, but I mean, it's probably more fun to look up swears in a book, isn't it?
Billy says, I did buy him a dictionary and said, there's swear words in there. Billy says, a tough one. I see a lot of myself in my daughter. I'm trying to balance not accepting lack of application and knowing she's a chip off the old block. I tried to put myself in his situation. He's a lot brighter than I ever was. A lot he's a lot more academic than I ever was, my 11-year-old. And so I try and put myself in his situation. And also, I think he gets a lot of his brightness from his academia, from his mum's side of the family. So I'm trying to balance all of that, and I'm not trying to judge him by what the school wants him to be. I'm also not entirely trying to judge him by what I was. I'm trying to get a mixture of stuff in there.
I'm going to tell you something you're going to find weird, maybe hilarious. When I first met you, I assumed you were like Oxbridge. Because of the way, the quickness of your mind, and I just assumed that, and I can't get over how much you talk yourself. No, you talk yourself down.
I went to a former polytechnic.
So what?
Performing arts.
So what?
So what?
But that is not how you come across. How you come across? That is not it. That's not
Why
you.
Why do I feel uncomfortable? That says a lot about me.
Yeah,
that's not a judgment
because
on you.
you're not used to hearing how other people. You are actually. You're too used to hearing how other people judge you. Maybe I should keep my opinions to myself. But what I'm saying is,
Delete that comment from Eraser.
I never thought of you as a thick person, and I think you do sometimes.
I do come across as a thick person.
No, you think of yourself as thick, and no one sees you like that.
I am thick.
Absolutely not. You're the most curious, in the best way, curious person about the world that I know. Inquisitive, bright. Your mind works at 100 miles an hour. I don't see that. Deflection.
My 11-year-old can type 37 words a minute. At that age, they should be doing. She said, "Well, at that age, really, we're hoping everyone can get to 30 words a minute." He's doing 37.
We all taught ourselves, didn't we? Typing. We had to.
I love my kids.
You didn't take any of that in at all that I said to you, did you?
I don't know what you said. I don't know what you said. Was it?
Again.
Come on.
It's very interesting.
What did you... Okay. Well, no, because I switched off because you were saying nice things. So
exactly.
I did hear it. But I'm being flippant.
Yeah, because you don't know what to do with it.
Okay. All right. Now, you saw that bullying. That's bullying online. We will not take that. We will not stand for that. I will cancel you.
I'll tell you what I'm about to cancel.
Jim Bowen. Mandy. Don't cancel Mandy.
No, this guy.
Why?
Just because he's annoying me, and I can. Goodbye.
Rip the Elephant Man.
Don't you get personal about my best mate.
Hello. Hello, caller. This is Iain and Katherine. Oh, you got it? Yes. No, you've not spoken to Nelly for ages. My hair looks fine. I look like Errol Flynn.
What?
And always the one.
My mum had a cactus called Errol. It would not die. It was massive, obviously.
He died. He had to be buried with a big box because he had a boner, right?
I don't know about the boner, but I know that he had a big personality.
You got 30 seconds to turn your phone the right way around. Thank you. Everyone's learning. Everyone's learning from the Gatford model.
Hello, supply teacher Nelly.
Yeah, I just thought I'd just bring into the supply teacher conversation.
Talk to us, because, I mean, God.
What? He's got a picture of a racist on his wall.
Which one?
We saw it. Picture. There's the racist over him. The racist over my shoulder.
Picture of them. Well, I was a supply teacher in primary school a few years ago, just for a couple of years. And, I once took a class for PE, year 3, year 4s, so about 7 or 8 year old. And very straightforward. All you got to do, you had to do like a warm-up, basketball things, it was pretty straightforward. But yeah, during the warm-up, doing stretches, jumps and that, I basically split my trousers right in half.
Mate.
7 and 8 year olds.
They'll never forget that.
No. And they didn't let me forget for the rest of the afternoon or the following week when I
What's that buzzing noise? Have you got some kind of vibrating device?
Oh, mate.
It's my robot Hoover downstairs.
Have you actually got a robot Hoover? I want to get a robot Hoover and a robot lawnmower.
I saw those the other day. I even priced them up. It's not
Yeah.
going to happen, but I mean, what a dream.
Pete says, hang on, is Nelly related to that Russian guy who rings in? I don't know. We have no Russians that ring in. We have a Polish gentleman that rings in. I believe he's Polish. Maybe he's Russian. I'm not too... The accent's a bit shonky, but... I'm going to go and have another cup of coffee. You okay?
Yeah.
You don't want one?
No, I usually think another cup of coffee's a good idea.
I did that, please, Lady Lou.
Hi, Nelly.
Yeah,
Anyway, I don't envy that job. I mean, one, being a teacher, two, being the supply teacher. My God.
Actually, being a supply teacher, I thought was better than when I had a class of my own. Just
really?
because the work is minimal. Basically, you rock up, everything's there ready for you to just get on with, and then you don't have to hang around with the other adults in the school. You basically spend time with the kids. And then it's great, and then you go home.
No, he's just saying that being the supply teacher means you don't have to hang out with the other adults. That reminded me of that impression my kids were doing of the staff room teachers.
Oh, God, yeah.
I did it right. Apparently, if you go to the staff room at lunchtime, you always get to ask a question. You always get a teacher who goes, "Just a minute, sweetheart." But it's just the...
You know about...
When we went to the staff room as kids, we got a teacher going, "Yeah, what do you want?"
About 12 years ago, when I was working at Absolute Radio, and I was only doing Sunday nights, and I wanted to be a teacher. And I looked up for it to the point of I went to an evening where they were trying to recruit male primary school teachers.
Yeah.
And I went and helped out in a school for 2 days. Went to a primary school, and I helped out for 2 days as like the classroom assistant. And this is when I was like famous. And none of the kids knew I was, little shits. No. And it was, and I went out and I got to hang out in the staff room and talk to these people. And I don't think anyone recognised me. There's no reason they should. It certainly was never mentioned. Maybe they did. People find it at college. It took weeks for someone to say, "Okay, I have to address this. You're on the telly and no one's mentioned it." And it was a really weird moment. Anyway, but I kind of enjoyed it. And then I got offered 4 nights a week at Absolute, and it was like, well, and we were about to have a kid, and it's like, well, I can't afford to do this. But I don't know. Anyway, yes. But you stopped doing it, Nelly. You found it. Am I correct? Do I remember correctly? You just found it too stressful.
Yeah. So basically, I trained about 8 years ago now. Yeah, 8 or 9 years ago. Did a year's training, and during training you do like placements in schools, and the final placement I had started the Monday after my wedding. So that's gone back exactly 8 years, and 2 weeks in, I just had a massive breakdown. I had a huge breakdown. Ambulance was called, and I don't even remember what happened. I just remember being found on the stairs in a ball, and I had no memory of what actually happened. So they proposed to postpone it, put me into another school. I got through the placement, got my qualification, but by then I was just sort of thinking, well, is this what I want to do? So I did supply for a bit, got my confidence back a bit, got my own class, but that lasted a term, and I thought, you know what? Nah, no thanks. Plus my boy was born during that term as well, and you start to realise if you're teaching, it is you don't stop working.
No.
I even when I wasn't working over the weekend, I was thinking about what I had to do. So it was never in my head.
My sister's a teacher, and even if you're not working and you think you're done, there's still stuff you could crack on with because you've got stuff to come. You know, she's living with her work all the time. Talking about the emotional and the mental stress of teaching, I think back now to teachers who, in my school days, were clearly struggling, right? And they were a flipping joke to us.
Yeah.
Outrageous, outrageous.
People cheered when Mr. Bishop had a mental breakdown.
Oh, yeah. We had a chemistry teacher who used to hide in the chemistry cupboard, and we all knew it. Man. But, people didn't talk about that stuff back then.
Yeah. I think there's a lot to be said when it comes to training trainee teachers that because your fully qualified teachers are under like so much pressure, they can't really give up the time to the trainee teachers to walk them through the job and how and to learn from the job. Really, I think that was part of the thing with me. I mean that plus I don't think it was suited to me, but simply. So when I had my own class, towards the end of, I think it was like in November, it was a month after my boy was born, I had another bit of a breakdown on the way home. I had to pull over. And then the next day I said, you know what, it's not happening. So I put a notice in. Did supply for another year or two whilst I figured out other stuff, and now I'm just doing something else.
May I offer a word of encouragement or a suggestion? Man the fuck up, Snowflake!
Yeah.
I love the delay.
Oh, look, now he's getting a blowy.
Stop it.
His blowy face. People who've just tuned in for the first time. What? This guy's had a breakdown and he's been told to man the fuck up? What is this? I'm going to report this.
It's the best advice.
I couldn't, but I don't think I'd get any pleasure out of teaching. Certainly we would never go older than primary school. I don't like teenagers. I don't like them.
I think if you do it properly, it's a bloody hard job.
Yeah, of course it is. All right, Nelly. Well, thank you for... Oh, go on.
Well, I'll give you one example as to how difficult teaching is before I go, okay? I mean, obviously you have all different subjects and all that. And also when you're... especially...
Oh, Nelly? Nelly?
You're frozen, Nelly.
No teacher.
You're gone now.
Just imagine something really hard. That.
When Catherine compliments you, just say thank you. I get this with my partner. No. I will handle it how I handle it. Thank you. But I have learned how to take compliments from fans. For a long time after shows, I didn't know what to do, but then I would just nod because I didn't want to diminish their experience of what our show had meant to them, and so I would nod them and go, "Well, thank you very much for sharing that. I really appreciate that." And then I would move on.
My reaction with people giving me compliments is always to point out where they're a bit wrong.
Yeah. Yes, Gafford.
How's it going?
Hello, mate. Nice to see you.
Good. Nice to see you both as well. But just firstly on this subject of you being thick, thick people don't win Mastermind, do they?
Well, they do when you're up against Scott Mills and a Nolan. Which is who I was up against when I won. Can we see that beautiful face?
Sorry, it's just that I'm doing it on a phone and it's a bit tricky to get it.
There she is.
There we go. Oi.
Oh, no, the face.
There he is.
It says hi. She wants to know how the arm is, and I need to give her an update.
My arm or his arm?
My arm's fine. It'll be your arm. You're the most recent.
No, you're the one that nearly lost it.
Oh, the hand.
The hand. Sorry. Well, she
hand
said
is
arm.
fine. The hand is fine. It's got some lovely scabs that have still got a little bit of pickability about them. There'll be skin soon.
Pickability.
That's the beauty of scabs.
And then what happened?
I had an ending.
I knew you would.
Yes, Takeford.
But no, that's the other bloke.
You're all interchangeable. All of you men that phone this show are interchangeable.
The Aston on this Bluey expert.
You're all men that call this show are interchangeable. You should see we have a mod Twitter chat.
Oh, that's a hot bed of gossip at the moment.
Takeford is still in it, even though he's not a mod anymore. But boy, oh boy, they're all the same person. They're all the same person.
Part of Amy and Mandy, they're pretty different.
Mandula is my queen. She is my queen. And I saw there's a very funny video of Amy playing Five Nights at Freddy's on Oculus.
She's got guts. I couldn't play that game.
I might play some Oculus today.
But she needs to upload it, not anybody else.
Yes.
That wouldn't be fair.
That would not be fair if that had been leaked onto a BitTorrent site.
No, that'd be terrible, wouldn't it?
What would you like, sir? Fridgeford.
Pete hasn't already done that. There's someone in the chat called Big Fat Fridge, and I'm just wondering if that's a dig.
Oh no, is there? I've not seen them.
I'm just asking.
Have they said anything yet?
No. Well, they've not said anything controversial. It's just the username. I'm a little bit sensitive, and also it's image infringement. So I just want to clear that up.
Can we? I can't find. How do we find them? Big Fat Fridge, make yourself known, please. You're not in trouble. You're not in trouble.
No.
Big Fat Fridge. It's oh my god. It's not a dig at anyone. It's about me.
Okay.
Then fine.
Then brother, I embrace you.
Pete says, I'm trying to recoup the cost of my new laptop, so for 20 quid a month, I will share the full contents of the mod chat with anyone. No, Big Fat Fridge, you don't have to. It's just Tateford here, Gapford here, is Fridgeford, and he claims to own copyright on fridges.
Yeah.
But no, please don't change it. If that is your name, I'd love to know the history behind it, Big Fat Fridge, if you feel so inclined to tell us. No, please don't change it. And thank you for responding. Thank you for responding. you get the fridge for thumbs up. Now get out of here, you goddamn piece of trash. Cookability. I'm loving my hair today.
Good.
If you call us and we miss you, we call you back. Just as we do.
Hello.
With Alistair.
Oh, Alistair, bye.
Hello.
Going to the clouds. It's in Blue Stratos. This is the reboot.
I'm just trying to turn you off on the computer, on the television.
You're always turning me on, buddy.
That's better now. I feel great this morning.
Good.
I've been to a meeting, Ian, on Zoom, and I've had my cup filled with spirit.
Ooh, I love it. Do you know what? I got this. I've been reading the Step 3 prayer.
Yeah.
My sponsor's getting me to read the step. This is what I read every morning. Do you want to hear this?
I want to hear it.
It's gonna blow your minds. You're gonna go, shit, we're in the wrong place.
Oh,
so he asked me to read a passage, pages 86 to 88.
Jim and Usher thinks you look like God, Alistair, in the clouds there.
And then I read the Step 3 prayer, right? Listen to this. We are now at Step 3. Many of us said to our Maker as we understood him, holy shit, we're getting into that stuff. God, I offer myself to thee, to build with me and to do with me as thou wilt. Relieve me of the bondage of self, that I may better do thy will. Take away my difficulties, that victory over them may bear witness to those I would help of thy power, thy love, and thy way of life. May I do thy will always. Beginning of every day. And here's the thing. It kind of works. It's his early days for me doing the Step 3 prayer, Alistair. I never really did it. It was certainly not in NA. Never really did it. And so I'm only a week into it. And basically what it does is it takes you out of self. And it takes you out of self-pity. And it's like, okay, things might be shit, but I'm handing it over to you because I know that you've got a plan for me. Now, it's a God. It kind of is it sort of is a Christian God because of the way it was, the history of them, and it was a little bit Christian-y at the start, and it's God and thine will and all of that stuff. So there's like a hint of it, but I choose when I say God, I choose the word God, and I don't mean like you there, baby Jesus, sat up in a cloud with all your angels. I mean my higher power, which for me at the moment is nature. It's nature. So I'm trying to do that every day, and I'm reading it on here because I feel silly. I kind of feel silly doing it. So I want to get it out that I'm doing that to take away the silliness. And you're nodding because I'm guessing maybe you could. Not everyone does this in recovery, but maybe you do. I don't know.
I do. I rarely read prayers aloud, but I read them, but at night I do say aloud things like, "Thank you, Creator, for another day free of alcohol, and please, if it be Thy will, please make the next one free of alcohol also, and to take away my shortcomings and to be a better person and help others."
There you go. That's it.
So,
and I interrupted. Sorry. So you're feeling good. You've done a meeting, online meeting. I would imagine.
I was chairing it. So,
wow.
Hey, nice one, man. Was this the 24-hour one?
Yeah. You dropped in. Well, hope you don't mind me saying, you dropped in and see what was happening.
It's good that I've been in that one before. When I relapsed a while ago, I popped in. It's great. We're talking about Alcoholics Anonymous for anyone who's interested. Also, I say I'm an alcoholic, but really booze was not my issue. It was drugs and sex and food and shopping. But I'm choosing to do a lot of AA. I've been to a couple of NA meetings actually recently, and getting, it works. It works if you work it. So work it, you're worth it.
Definitely.
First meeting I went into, they have these laminate cards on the floor, and some meetings do, and some don't. And like one of the first ones I went into, I don't think it was the first one. There's a laminate card on there: hugs, not drugs. And I thought, the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Fucking.
I agree with
fucking
that.
Shit. What is this fucking shit? And that one is quite cheesy. But now it's like, yeah. And I now know to ignore the ones that don't work for me, because some meetings go a little bit over the top with it. And I now choose. Oh, my sponsor said a great thing today. I phoned my sponsor up this morning, and I said, I'm full of anxiety. I'm really worried about work. I'm worried about losing my home. And I've just done the step 3 prayer, and the thing I heard, and then you're supposed to kind of meditate a little bit and see if you get any answer back. And the thing I heard was, I should call you. So I'm calling you. And he said, it's a daily. This is great, man. It sounds cheesy, and some of them are cheesy. Some of the cheesiest ones are great. He said that you've got a daily reprieve from alcohol. This is an ism, not a wasm. Fuck it. So it's ism. It was in the past. This is today. And I was like, oh man, that sounds so cheesy, but God, it's spot on. It's an ism, not a wasm. It's there every day.
Yeah, and I think it starts to get slippy, doesn't it, when you start thinking, I've got this cracked, I don't need to do anything anymore. This is fine. I'm fine with this now.
Yeah.
I'm cool.
So
that's when it creeps up, right?
I'm really struggling with anxiety and fear around work and money, as you know, Alistair. So I'm trying to really commit to this, as well as what we talked about last night on the stream, commit to medical help as well. And I'm seeing my psych tonight at 6. I'm so happy. I hope you don't mind. Me and Katherine have spoken about this off stream. We are both so happy to see you living your life. And there was the other day when you showed us Jeannie, there's a big grin on your face. There it is. You had that big grin on your face, and it's the first time since knowing you we've seen that much of a grin on your face. And we went, isn't that magic? Partly because it's Kat, mainly because it's you, and it's a joy to see you so happy. She will get on your nerves at some point. Oh, has it happened already?
Well, I think she's getting a little bit too big for the boots early on.
Too late, mate. Too late. That's a default setting with cats.
Yeah. Anyway, I got something that you may want to. I'm prepared to donate this as a kind of thing that you could use as a promotion for your package.
If it's semen for a sperm bank, I
We've
don't
got
know
plenty.
how that rumour got out, but we're not doing that anymore.
So what it is, I bought a package from Lana Del Rey, like, with the new release for album, got it on vinyl, and I've got a T-shirt and a da-di-da. But I also got this, which is the cassette version of the album.
Okay, cassette version of Lana Del Rey.
Okay.
And I've also got, if I send this to you, you could actually put it on a raffle or something for everybody who signed up.
A cassette of Lana Del Rey as a raffle for everybody who signed up? Is he just trying? Can I just ask? We're going to go silent for a second, Alice. So you're not going to hear us, okay? Just mute the mics. Is he trying to palm off his old crap on us?
I think that's exactly what's trying to do.
I've got a load of crap in my house already.
I know.
I don't want any more crap.
We gave a load away, didn't we?
Well, exactly. Well, it's there. I'm hoping they forget about it because I don't want to. I can't be bothered to post it.
Ravioli. I mean, you're insane.
Okay. Okay. Going live. Hello, Alistair. Hello, Alistair. Sorry about that.
Can I deflect all this by showing you something brilliant?
He's come a long way from winning a round of Uno.
Hang on.
Okay.
One of those little babies. One of those little babies.
Brilliant.
It's mine.
Do you know the name yet, Katherine?
Yeah, we've got a couple in the offing. The children think they're going to have a say. They're not. But I'm going to wait until I see the little face.
Yeah.
But I pretty much know what she I think is going to be called.
Have you
And
heard
know
the
how
song?
Willow might react? I suppose you don't yet. Because
She's not going to
It's a
like it, but
joy.
she doesn't like anything.
It's a joy when you've got a cat and then you bring in other cat. The cat thinks, I got the next 15 years. What the fuck? What is this?
This stinks. And it's eating my food. We'll see. She's not going to like it, but I am going to rely on Jackson Galaxy pretty heavily.
Jackson Galaxy. Alistair, nice to talk to you. No, we don't want your tape. Thanks very much. Goodbye. The Brighton show is a step closer. Did you send me the remix files?
Of the first one, yes.
Of the first. You haven't done the second one yet. Okay.
I don't think I've had the second one yet.
Oh no, I
did the remix. So
thank you, Jordan, and thank you, Terry.
I remixed it so you could hear more of the crowd yesterday.
I thought I did.
You may have.
I thought I did. Your files were sent. What day is it today? The 5th. Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Yeah, I did. I sent you the Brighton Act 2.
I got it.
So as soon as I've got that, I will put them on, start putting them, transferring them to cassette, and then we can put them up on the website. We didn't look at the website yesterday, the new website. And it's a joy. Matt, it's not quite finished, but it's getting close. And you can either go iainandkatherine.com or iainandkath.com. Is it going to work? Here we go. This is our new website, Iain and Katherine. What does it say? Blog, excuse me.
It does look like Blob.
So Patreon. So if you're a Patreon, you'll get stuff on here that no one else, you can't see if you're not a Patreon. And there's our Patreon things. There's my Twitter. There's Catherine's Twitter.
Donuts.
And we can put other stuff. And what's going to happen is, this isn't here yet, but the store, because we got two shops. We've got the one that Scott does, and we've got our one. Can I ask what the remixing entails? Syncing two recorders and playing with levels and playing with... I tell you what it is, Hazy. We would record the live shows with two inputs. One was the microphones, and one was everything that went into the mixing desk of the venue directly back into the Zoom on one track. So that would be loud mics and very little audience. And the other one will be an ambient microphone that will just record the audience. And Katherine will mix those so that it sounds more like a live album. It's never going to be ideal because it's basically two tracks, and her mic and the computer and my mic are all on one track. Anyway, so that's what it entails. I can't do it. She can do it. So it sounds a little bit
Bit of compression, bit of normalising. Yeah, you have to sync up the two tracks, but also messing with the levels so that one doesn't overpower the other one. I've been doubling up some of the tracks just to make them a bit meatier. That kind of vibe. But a lot of it is just about listening to it and going, what does that sound better, worse, or the same? So I could mess about with that stuff all day.
iainandkatherine.com, you can get the podcasts. We've got video. This is all very early days. I've not been it. Matty's done all of this. There's Alistair.
Look at me, nearly blonde there.
Matty's done all of this, and he's done a brilliant job. And then the shop is going to be integrated with Scott's shop and our shop, because before it was two separate stores, and it was kind of crazy. And the stuff comes from two different places, but Matty and Scott think they have worked out a way of having it all in one store. And the clothing, you'll buy it from our store, but it will kind of send you to Scott's once you buy it, and he will fulfill that order. And the kind of other stuff we will do. So soon, maybe by the end of the week, cassettes, and in fact, let me just...
Well, I can get all this done tomorrow because I'm going to do because obviously if there's no show tomorrow, Thursday.
No, I'm at college. Oh God, I'm at college.
So I can spend the day sorting out that second side of the cassette, and also I'm going to get those postcards done and sent out tomorrow.
Yes, and I've got to get... Have you got any boxes, or if you've got any boxes that would fit any of that stuff?
I've got loads of bloody boxes.
We'll bring them over and we'll send that stuff out tomorrow. To Friday.
All right.
Could have a section for the schedule. Great idea. Great idea. You can contact us. So, could have a section for the schedule. Any thoughts on a newsletter? Look at that. That's a great picture. You submit your message. Oh, and you can subscribe. There you go. Let me just move that bottom right, top left. There you go. You can contact us. Subscribe to our newsletter. So if you sign in there, I don't actually know where that goes. So Matthew will have to tell
Well,
me.
it's
I
not
don't know
li-
whether.
none of this is live yet, though, is it?
I think it's live now.
What?
I think it's live.
Okay.
So I don't know where that goes. And we don't have access to this email yet either. Just saying. Just saying. Just saying. So, just saying. Is it not live? Someone's saying it's not live. Maybe it isn't live. Anyway, I don't know. Who cares?
Anyway, soon on this show or something like it.
Let's play some.
I saw someone. It was Jilly, I think, made a comment earlier on talking about being shopaholic, and it was, don't talk about being a shopaholic. Here it is. Don't bring shopaholics into it, otherwise it's every woman on the planet. Brackets joking, right? I've been listening to a lot of Brene Brown recently, and she said something the other day, and it totally rings true for me. I told you the other week that I've been self-soothing with blouses, right, for quite a long time, right? I buy a lot of clothes.
Yeah.
I've stopped recently because I realised something. I've got too many clothes. But also, Brene Brown said, and it's a thing that is particularly about the way advertising works for women.
Yeah.
Women that feel less than buy more.
Women that feel less than buy more.
We're surrounded by advertising telling us that we're too old, we're too fat, we're too short, we're too not what this person is, who actually probably doesn't exist because they've been digitally manipulated. But
you said digits.
Digitally
You said digitally.
manipulated.
You said digitally.
Digitally.
Okay, that's not what you said. Okay,
digitally
that's
manipulated.
fine, but you said
Thanks for making me
digitally.
feel great about myself.
said
I'm going to buy
digitally.
myself a blouse. But people that feel less than buy more. Isn't that the truth, right? We're kind of programmed from being tiny to think that our happiness is derived from an
Of course.
external
Well, that's
place.
how
right?
capitalism, partly how capitalism works.
Exactly.
Is you have to buy. If everyone bought a phone and went, okay, I've got this phone now.
It works.
Then the whole system would collapse. They have to. New phone has to come out. Well, it used to be every 18 months. I think it's every year now. And you have to go, oh, this phone I've got, but that one. Okay, another 1,000. Yeah, that's fine. And it has to, because that new phone is going to make you feel better.
Yeah.
And boy, oh boy, with jumping out of the Apple iPhone
Totally.
race was the best thing. And now I bought, I nearly fell into it again when I bought this phone, when my last one broke. And I bought a phone that was 300 quid, and it came and it was tiny. And I'm used to having a big phone now. And I went, well, for another 300 quid, I'll get the bigger version. And I ordered it. Suddenly I'm spending 600 quid on a phone. No, 150, 160 quid. And you could get cheaper, but I went 160 quid because it does everything I want it to do.
The phone thing is a
The
massive,
phone thing is nuts.
a massive emotional thing that they try. Do you remember the advert that used to be, are you ashamed of your phone? Ashamed of your phone?
Wow.
Ashamed of a thing that I use that it's got nothing to do with anyone else, but they use that word, ashamed. And, multiply that by a lot of the advertising that surrounds us. Doesn't make you buy if you feel happy. That blew my mind.
When my man puts on blue stratus.
Also, if you ever had that feeling of having had a big old spend up, probably online after the year we've had, right, to try and kind of soothe and treat yourself, and it arrives and you go, it's just more stuff in it.
I have that all the time. I got into buying retro games, modded retro games that cost a fortune. And I sold a couple of them. And here's where my nuts thinking is, right? And this is not in any way not an invitation, Pete, saying I want it back. But I sold this modded GameCube that I bought for 400 quid. I sold it to Pete for 100 quid because I never used it. And then the last few weeks, because I'm not very happy, I'm thinking, oh God, I'd love that. I'd love to have that back. I wonder if I could. This is where my insane thinking is, and this is not a thing, Pete. So please don't think I'm doing a thing. My head is going, I wonder if I could buy it off him for 200 quid. I could buy it off him for 200 quid. And then I even went, I go, but you never played it. You never played it. And you've still got the modded N64, and you've still got the modded Dreamcast, and you've still got the Odroid, and you never play those.
And all those things, when you notice them sitting there unplayed with, fill you with shame and regret.
But my head goes, well, I should have just bought it. I should have kept it and just put it in a box in the garage. Okay, well, I could have done that. But I never played it. And my head's going, I really want to get that back. And it will come and I'll go, and it's nuts. And I'm doing the same thing now with a Kindle. I really want a Kindle. And I've talked myself into a great corner where I can justify a Kindle because at college books, at college. No, man, no. I'm very aware, I'm very unhappy, I'm very anxious, very low self-esteem at the moment, and I'm worried about money. So to make myself feel better, I will spend lots of money.
And then you get it and open it and go, oh my God, there's 200 quid.
He says, now I know how much your brain wants it. I couldn't let it go for less than £1,000. The hole in my soul is not Kindle shaped, it's not GameCube shaped, it is love shaped.
Yeah, innit?
Okay. We just hit a point. We just hit a peak point there. Hit a peak point.
It's true. External stuff is never going to fill that hole in your soul.
In the soul.
There are other holes that can be filled with external stuff. That's your business.
That can be filled. That can be filled. Can be filled.
My spending goes right up when I'm unhappy. And I think we're a lot like that. And
there are better than a Kindle. Are there? Are there now?
Yeah, they're called books. You can write in them.
Yeah, I'm really into highlighting in books.
Yeah, I was going to say I like that when you can show me what you've what stood out to you. Yeah. Are you reading what I'm reading?
I think it's because you pulled a face. Is that what you're reading?
No.
What are you reading?
I find a good spooning and forking in bed helps, says Dory Lou.
Huh?
Another one?
Talking about external stuff in your hole in your
In your
soul. Your soul, mate. Highlighting on Kindle is fab, though. Gives you a PDF of all your highlights, which I'm sure you refer to all the time, right?
I'm loving. I was brought up never to write in books.
Yeah,
and
me
now,
too.
And now I'm just highlighting.
I was brought up never to write in books or to bend the spine back. They all looked absolutely brand new.
Yeah.
Then I had a brilliant A-level English teacher who said, that book is yours. That book is yours now. Put notes in it. Write in it. Do what you want with it. It's yours. It's yours to use.
If we get to our 350th patron today, if we get to our 350th, the last couple of people haven't wanted phone calls. They said, in fact, me offering them a phone call, I think it was a young woman called Alice, was the last one, has actually made them feel anxious. So I'm going to stop offering phone calls because I don't want people to...
Whereas other people have said, oh, I'm so disappointed that I missed out on the phone call.
I'm going to stop offering phone calls because I don't in any way want to make people anxious. But if we get to 350, we've done postcards, we've done phone calls, what can we offer for the 350th Patreon sign-up that's a little bit... Oh, we'll give them a cassette. Of Brighton. We'll give them a cassette of Brighton.
That'll make them feel better. The cursed tape.
You'll get the cassette of Brighton if we can get to 350.
What's on the tape? Spooning and a cassette.
We'll get to 300 if we get to, the Patreon is slowed down, obviously, with Big Rush at the start, and I'm not convinced it's going to win. No, not Lana Del Rey, Alistair. Fucking hell. I'm not convinced it's going to work. We talked about this. I don't want to get on maudlin. Anyway, so if we can get to 350, the 350th highlighted copy of a book of their choice, we'll get the cassette with a hand-designed cover of the Bootleg Brighton show that will only be available on cassette. Certainly for the foreseeable. So get the Lynn Perry autobiography is going nowhere.
No, we need that.
We need that.
I mean, although last time we read it, it did go a little bit south, didn't it?
Well, the bit I read yesterday when we were talking about the Bible, chapter 7, was racist.
Yeah. Was she still in Africa at that point? She had an African boyfriend.
No,
the one we read.
No, but someone, but Lynch.
Oh God.
Tricked her into thinking she'd had sex with a person of colour.
Oh my God.
Sure, I'd remember having sex with, her phrase, a big black man.
Oh my God.
It really is a different world. Apologies for if anyone's offended about it. Maybe I shouldn't have said that, but that's
what she said.
So yeah, if we get to 350, the 350th, we'll get the cassette of the Bootleg Brighton show. That's a push. That's a push to get that far. That's a push to get that far. But let's see. I'm really worried it's not going to work.
I think a lot of people will only realise the difference it will make when we actually start saying, right, in 10 minutes we're going to close the door and we're doing the rest of the show behind the Patreon wall.
Let's record a quick thing for the podcast while we think on it. Right. Hello. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Hello, dear podcast listener. This is Ian Lee.
And I'm Katherine Boyle.
Exciting news. From July the 1st, we are moving the show, the Late Night Alternative, Ian and Katherine, whatever you want to call it, we are moving it to www.patreon.com/Ian and Katherine. IAIN and Katherine with a K. That is going to be the only way that you will get to hear this best of daily podcast. So if you want to watch the show, all of the show, you have to watch some of it for free, but if you want to watch all of the show and listen to the daily podcast, then go over to www.patreon.com/Ian and Katherine, IAIN and Katherine with a K, and have a look at the tiers.
Yeah, there are so many, right? From being someone who just chucks us a couple of quid, and that's great, and we'll love you, and we'll pray for you, and we'll think of you very, very fondly, to being someone who joins us for dinner on Zoom.
On Zoom. And we're sorry we're doing this. It's just the way that things are working out. We kind of, if we want to keep the show going, we're going to have to start charging a little bit. We appreciate your support. We hope you come with us. And if you don't, may the gods bless you. I nearly said God, but that would put some people off. Right, so that's one. And we're going to do a shorter one now.
Yeah.
So we're going to export you as MP3, and that goes there. And we call that Ian and Katherine Patreon Intro 1. Okie dokie. Just do a 20-second one, okay. Katherine.
Hello, I'm Katherine Boyle. Here's the deal. We need your help to be able to keep the show on the road. We're moving things to Patreon. www. You better help me out with this address.
How do you not know it? www.patreon.com/Ian and Katherine. IAIN and Katherine with a K. It's going to be the only way you'll be able to hear this podcast from July the 1st. Patreon.com/Ian and Katherine.
Sign up now.
That's it. You want a 20-second? We can do another one.
Okay.
Why?
I was going to say sign up now. You won't get charged till then. I think we need to say that. Sign up now to show your support. You won't be charged until then.
July the 1st.
July the 1st.
Thank you. There we go. Get rid of that. What a team. What a team. Export. What a team. MP3. Ian and Katherine Patreon intro short. I'll send those over to you. You start whacking those on the old potty pop-pops.
Hey, James Abram. Welcome to Patreon.
Hey, James, baby, Patreon, yeah. Welcome.
Yeah, and I know that some people, times are tricky, and I know some people are holding out until we actually go. It really helps us to know that you are there. You won't be charged until July the 1st. So.
Here's the thing. If we don't get enough people, we
can't do it.
Genuinely going to have to go and look elsewhere for... I'm going to have to sell my house. It's the thing. So, it kind of helps. Remember Gatford totally didn't understand how it worked. Get everyone to sign up for the big one and they can reduce it. What?
No. That would ruin us. That would financially ruin us.
That's an insane thing to do. There we go.
So I understand, is the Twitch show ending, says Sam Mates Code, or we're just talking about the podcast? We are talking about the whole kit and caboodle.
It's from July the 1st. You'll be able to see the first hour of the show free, and we need to work out the schedule. We might tinker around with the schedule from July the 1st. But the first hour will be free. Then the rest of the show will be behind a paywall, probably on YouTube. And we're going to play... When is your birthday, Tomahawk? Prove it. And we are going to play around with YouTube and Twitch. I suspect it will end up being YouTube.
Yeah.
Because Twitch have been dickheads.
They're making it very hard for us to stay. Let's put it that way.
Ooh, baby. Yes, man. So, I kind of like the idea of it all. Night to Jim, mate. Congratulations. Happy birthday. I like the idea of it all being on YouTube, but I also don't want to piss on our Twitch people that find it. So we're going to play around. We're going to see which gets us the biggest audience, and see what goes. But yeah, if you want the podcast, you want the full show, you've got to sign up to the Patreons. And also there's going to be loads of bonus podcasts, right? Loads of bonus book at bedtime. Okay, we're going to be doing a book at bedtime, a chapter a night, audiobook. We're also going to be analysing some of the classic literature as in discussion groups. We're also going to be critiquing some not so good books as well. Basically, there are going to be loads of podcasts about Lynn Perry's Secrets of the Street.
Basically, it's like Richard and Judy's book club, but good and sweary and at bedtime. How's that?
What? Focus on this. Focusing on. God damn you, Imani! Focusing on that picture, for Christ's sake.
It's a good picture.
It is a great picture. So, having spent the last year with Twitch people, I suspect a lot of them probably quite like being pissed. Oh, Pete, please.
Pete, come on.
Peter, you speak about yourself. Speak about yourself. So
that's the sitch.
That is the sitch. That's where we're at. Who wants to phone us up? We missed it. Okay, I don't click on links anymore, and I never have clicked on links.
Talking of links, do you want to have a look at that Prince thing I was trying to show you yesterday?
Yeah. No, I'm sorry because I shut you down with my negativity, and that was unfair.
It's all good.
What am I typing in? Prince?
Well, shall I retweet it and then you just use that?
Okie.
Let's do that, right?
Let's do that.
This is so good. They've quote tweet this one. I'm going to put, as I always do, this one. Prince, right? I kind of every look at that. Every now and again, I'm reminded.
Donna Dolenz is my queen.
Oh, Mandy, sad
Mandy.
news. That's show business.
Nicky Dolenz's wife is my queen.
Every now and again, I'm reminded of just how cool Prince was, right? And it's not even about necessarily the music, but I imagine being able to do anything as well as he could play the guitar, right? But also it's like the swagger, it's the confidence, the cockiness, but it's still charming. This, right, is a brilliant clip that a lot of Prince fans are into and a lot of non-Prince fans are into because he did it at the memorial concert for George Harrison, right?
I don't know if this is a memorial concert. This is not the memorial.
Rock Hall of Fame.
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Right, so he's lined up with everyone. There's some big names that are out on stage. He owns it, but...
I see no strings, says Mandy. Okay.
There are no strings.
No strings attached. There are strings. Well, okay, it just disappeared into another dimension.
Catching guy got it. It
just disappeared into another dimension. Okay. I feel inclined... I wonder if it's on here. I like videos of Pete Townsend getting angry.
Mm-hmm.
There's a great concert that came out. Townsend. Is there an H in end? I don't think there is. I think there is. Can't remember. There's a great concert.
There either is or there isn't, but you're right.
There's a great concert that came out. It's not great. It's a really bad concert. It's like the penultimate one they did with Keith Moon.
Gog says, imagine if that guitar just fell out of the sky onto Ian's house now.
No whispering to mods. We don't whisper to mods. You either share it on the phone call, in the chat, or you don't share it. With no whispering to my mods, please. Kilburn 77. And it's like the penultimate concert with Keith Moon, right? And they're filming it for the Kids Are Alright documentary, which I'm going to watch today. I haven't seen that for ages. Let me find The Kids Are Alright. That's a great movie. And so they filmed this concert because they want some recent concert footage. And it's flat as anything. And Pete Townsend is similar to me. The book got published. Before anyone says, but the book actually got published. What about that book he was writing?
Yeah, he did.
It got published. He's similar to me, and if something's going badly, he'll say it. And he's on stage going, "This is a bit shit, isn't it? Sorry, everybody, it's a bit shit." Pete Townsend, what was it, Kilburn? And it's. Oh, here we go. Pete Townsend gets mad at a rowdy. That roadie. The whole thing is just flaccid. The whole thing is quite flaccid.
Dolce meanwhile continuing to rock.
Let's find. There's not the bit. There's a bit. Pete Townsend, Kilburn. Rubbish. I don't know what I'd type in. I don't know where it would be. If anyone knows. Okay. Well, let's try. But this is good as well. Abby Hoffman. I think this is at Woodstock. Abby Hoffman, who's like a yippie, I think, who's like a sort of political agitator, gets on stage, and
oh mate,
I think Townsend kicks him in the balls. If you had a dating profile with your moustache and you were talking to this person and facial hair come up and they said they don't like facial hair, would you shave beforehand or not meet them? No, I wouldn't change.
They don't want to go out with you.
They don't go out with you. I wouldn't change. There we go.
I think this is a pile of shit while John Sinclair rots in prison.
I could dig it.
It might be all right. Then one more Who thing, right? The Who, and there's a concert where Keith Moon takes a load of horse tranquilizers, or maybe elephant tranquilizers, before the show. The Who, Keith Moon tranquilizers. It's an amazing moment in rock and roll, right? Here we go. And you see him collapse, but then something amazing happens. Right?
Today is the day. Start something new with GoDaddy for free.
We're not saying drugs were a great idea.
No, God, no.
By punching him in the stomach.
I think he's gone. He's collapsed. The collapsing is not the key, but it's what Townsend does afterwards. Keith Moon falls asleep at the drums. But it's what happens next, one of the great moments in rock and roll.
Hang with us for about 3 weeks. We're just going to go revive our drummer by punching him in the stomach and giving him an edema. And he's out cold. I think he's gone and eaten something he shouldn't have eaten. Like, it's your foreign food. Yeah, I'm afraid the horrible truth is that without him, we're not a group.
He's groggy, but yet willing to play. He's a mess. Drug addicts and alcoholics are a nightmare to work with.
Adultery.
He's still a bit sort of dodgy. But he'll be all right. Take a minute.
I think you've seen him collapse at the kick. It's a long time since I've seen that. Oh, I thought you saw him collapse. You don't see it.
You watched that? Yes.
Yeah, nightmare. Here we go. Maybe you do see him. There you go. He's out. There is a cool bit, I promise. None of this is cool. Townsend asked if there's anyone in the audience who can play the drums.
You're kidding me.
17-year-old kid gets up.
I'd just like to say, I'm serious now. Let's forget all the... He's not putting it on. The classic. He's had a slight touch of the... but he'll be all right. And I'd just like to thank you for waiting. I get that trouble. Can anybody play the drums? Can anybody play the drums? I mean somebody good.
19-year-old kid, Scott Halpin, gets up and plays. I think they only do like 3 songs or something. But look at this, yeah, it's amazing. Isn't it incredible? I got goosebumps. The kid. At their peak. It's incredible, isn't it? I love that.
And so good.
I love it. Is that like you on the Danny Baker show? It is very similar.
Except that boy could play the drums.
Oh God, I couldn't play the drums.
But he had chutzpah.
Oh, maybe it doesn't. Maybe it's not on. I thought it was on YouTube.
I've seen it on here.
Danny Baker, Ian Lee drums. Maybe not. Maybe not. Is Scott Halpin dead as well? Oh my God.
You should be in bed.
You should be in bed. Maybe it's not on there. Oh well, these things come and go.
Flipping it, mate.
These things come and go. These things come and go. That's fine.
Oh, we nearly got drawn into Any Dream Will Do. There was a show.
Which is no, it's not that one. It's the Maria one that's controversial.
Oh my God, have you seen those clips?
Yes, I have.
Mm-hmm. And we need to test your chemistry. So what we're going to do is we're going to get John Barrowman to get really close up, and you're not supposed to flinch. And then he's going to stick his lips on you, and you're supposed to snog him back. Otherwise,
but they didn't know he was going to kiss them.
No,
but everyone knows.
There is one of them though that goes.
Oh yeah.
She's not having it at all.
Everyone knows that John Barrowman gets his big dick out.
It's been a thing for.
But it's not even a showbiz secret.
No.
Not everyone. A lot of people know that.
But that's the point, isn't it? That it was all, it's just a joke. It's just what John does. Yeah. Well, John shouldn't.
Let's get together and feel alright. If there's anything you want to watch that isn't this, feel free. Feel free. I've had too much coffee. I've got stomachache.
Do you want to stop?
No, I don't want to stop because I want to. You talk. I'm going to go for a pee-pee.
Nice, everyone. If you want to go for a pee-pee, now's the time.
Pee-pee time, guys. George has found a way of getting out of this house, and I don't know how.
He's been knocking the door in, hasn't he?
No, but before that was locked. He can open the cat flap. It's the only way because all the windows are shut. He was out this morning when I called for breakfast, but I know he was in at night time. So he opens the cat flap.
Do your cats nibble at the cat flap turning switch thing? No. Mine does. She obviously knows that is the key to getting out.
George knows that if he punches it, it bounces, and then he can get his paw behind it and pull it open.
Unbelievable. These things, I think they're sentient. I think they might be sentient. Yeah, Titsalina. Everyone mentioned it in interviews for years. Eccleston was right about the Doctor Who set being toxic. Yeah. And, and you got portrayed as being a miserable sod for not being in on the gags. But yeah, Brown Eyes Dolly, that is, that's a thing that you'll find online recently. I don't know. Any news on your open appeal letter to Twitch via Twitter? we took it down. We've got a couple more months. And then we're going to have to re-look at everything. Anyway, will the Patreon show be mornings or evenings? At this point, we don't know.
Absolutely
sure,
play,
are we?
I would imagine we'll play around with it. There was, I think, probably 2 morning, 1 evening. I think because mornings improve our life considerably, and it seems to be that there is an audience for mornings. But also, I think the evenings might create a different vibe. But evenings behind a paywall, ouch! That might be saucy.
Well, it'll be a lot. We're going to call it lock-in, right? So, which is what.
Hey, Mac 8, you just signed up as a patron. Thank you.
Which is what we're pitching it as. So you'll get sort of a 10-minute warning before we're about to close the door. We're hoping people will be enjoying themselves so much they want to join us. And as we say, there are various tiers on there. So have a look, see if there's anything that you fancy.
Welcome to our world. Welcome to our world.
But having spoken to a number of people about the way tiers are set, I'm told that we're offering quite a lot. There are some people who will offer you just goodwill for a £5.
I just don't think it's going to work.
Well, we'll see. It's shit or bust now, isn't it?
It really is. It really is. We deserve better treatment than this.
Well,
come on, BBC Oxford. You're just at the road from me. Come on, give me a gig. Come on. I do a great show on BBC. I'll do a great show for you, BBC.
They've all pulled up the drawbridge at the moment.
Yes, and I'm aware that being a white middle-aged guy that's not what they are looking for, particularly at the BBC. And I'm not saying that as a criticism, because I have anyone who has listened to me will know that for a long time I've been calling for more diversity in radio. Initially women, but people of different ethnicities. And so I can't complain about that because it's the right thing to do.
It's been a closed shop for years. And before people start talking about box ticking, which I think is lazy, the box that's been ticked before was in your favour.
Yeah. And I have to accept, I have called for more diversity. And I'm not saying the diversity issue is why I'm not getting work. I'm saying it's another factor in a big spreadsheet of factors. But it's a factor that actually I really, really agree with. And I am happy. I have to go along with it, but that implies kind of being dragged a bit. I am pleased it is happening.
Yeah.
And if that is one of the factors that is narrowing down my opportunities, then so be it. The playing field is still nowhere level, but hopefully it's heading towards a slightly leveler thing. It's still very much weighted in my favour. But I am bisexual, not heterosexual, and I do have mental health issues, ADHD and bipolar, so that should probably get me back.
And he has been on the telly, which apparently is a factor these days.
Biffo was saying a similar thing in a blog post this morning with a similar stance on both fronts. I don't quite understand. That's me being dumb. I don't quite understand how that. Could you explain more, please? Mac 8, thank you. But I think it's great that there is more diversity in radio. I would still really like to work in radio. Okay, then maybe I've got to work a little bit harder in trying to get that. Maybe I have to offer a little bit more. Fine, I'll work harder. Maybe it's over. That'll be a shame if it's over, because I think I'm quite good at it. I'm talking about me now, not you specifically, and not us as a team. Izzy's late. Right, Izzy, time her out for 3 minutes,
Basically,
please.
Izzy, we've all been sitting here twiddling our thumbs waiting for you to turn up.
Can we time Izzy out for 3 minutes, please? Because I want her to think about... Stop focusing on that. It thinks that picture's a face.
I think also from the point of view of a radio listener, if it's going to survive, there need to be different voices on there. I'm so bored of hearing a certain kind of person's take on everybody else's business. Let's hear from the people who were directly affected and stuff. That's what I'd love.
Yeah.
So many lazy phone-ins. Do you
morning,
think this country's racist? Call me now. Come on.
Biff was also mentioning his struggles to get new projects off the ground in TV at the moment because of the shift towards diversity, which, like you, he's entirely... Thank you for the clarity, Pete. I like Mr. Biffo. I worried that I'd fallen out with him because I did fall out with a friend of his who... I fell out with a friend of his and I worried that he had fallen out with him. I fall out with everybody. Fallen out with Matt Allwright, Jim Davis.
You're not on your own in the falling out, you know.
Go on, who are you falling out with?
No, I'm just saying that you're not on your own. It's not just you pissing people off.
It takes two to fall out.
It takes two. It takes two. And I think that's a lot of weight to carry around. Who cares?
I like those two men, and those two men don't like me anymore. I like those two men, and they don't like me. Jim, I make up. I don't know.
They've got their own stuff going on.
Exactly. All right. Well, Jim Davis, I think you're great. Sorry that I upset you. I make up it was around the Sonny and Shay stuff. I did overreact to that, and I've apologised to them via Twitter for what it's worth. But I understand I get it. They're his mates. I was rude about his mates.
The Smith says, I don't think it's the presenters. I think their creative rug is being pulled under them in the radio. No, it is the presenters. There is a very narrow field of play there. There has been for years. There are some people who are going to be in a job until they die, and they get applauded for it. Shouldn't be about that. It should be about, conversations and stories and entertainment and all those other things.
No, man, why you're being really weird, man. Matt Allwright with the biker guy that was being illegal on a moral legal show, but he didn't. You're saying that as though he had. I'm not wanting to defend Matt Allwright, but you're saying that as though he knew about it. He didn't know about it. So the guy that he did a TV show was breaking the law. What's that got to do with him? What's that got to do with him?
Are you responsible for your friend's behaviour?
Catherine breaks the law every single day, and I'm not going to tell you how.
Not been caught yet, though.
Exactly. It's nothing to do with me. Nothing to do with me.
It's not ironic, Moomin. It's life.
It's life. Don't forget, the 350th Patreon. We're over 300 now. The 350th Patreon is going to get the bootleg Brighton live show. We're going to sell them for about, I think we're selling them for 20 quid because it's going to take a lot of work to get them made. You will get it for free. All you got to do is sign up to the Patreon. Simple as that. Okay, where people aren't phoning because they're dickheads, and that is absolutely
because you know why?
Because we're too good.
No, well, yes, obviously, but this is a different kind of audience. People are doing other stuff at the same time.
Yeah.
You're working, pretended to working.
I wonder if there's something we could. Did we ever finish the episode of The Hotel?
What, the bum episode? I think we did. Right, I'm going to nip to the loo.
But is this...
Because this is going to be...
hot. The first one.
What was that? What was the... okay, you go. I'll find us something to watch.
Is that acceptable?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, let's have some of that.
Not that, but the one with the couple that wanted to buy the
Place
house
in Greece, isn't it?
Place in Greece, thank you.
One moment, please, everyone. I want to give you my full attention.
Oh, no, it's... No... Does anyone know where we can get a Place in Greece, Series 1, episode, but that's full? And that's sped up, look, because to avoid being thing.
Holiday home in Crete with long-term friends Pete and Leslie Cardiff. But the project has got off to a tricky
Thank you,
start,
Lewis. We
with
appreciate
disputes
it.
over what the final house should be.
Why do you have such a problem with it?
I don't want to watch the sped up version. What do you guys want to watch? What do you guys reckon? We're not watching Diana the Musical again. What do you guys want to watch? What do you guys want to watch? Hey, Beth, and hey, Graham Thompson Gold. Thank you. That is appreciated. Changing rooms. I think we did all of the changing rooms, didn't we? We did all of this. See if there's a changing rooms that we haven't done. Cop Rock. No. We finished Dark Players' Wives.
So if it was really dark and it's quite a high scene, if it was a dark scene as well, it would really make it feel...
Oh. This never gets tiresome. The Linda Barker's teapot disaster. This never gets
Worst moment for me. Well, definitely the worst moment, and probably any designer on changing rooms has to be when I built a floating shelf unit 14 floors up in a flat in Wandsworth. It was to house a very beautiful collection of antique teapots, and the idea was this thing just was in the middle of the room. I mean, it was going to be absolutely great, and it should have looked wonderful, of course.
We'll play a bit of that. We'll play the guitar bit of that in a minute. That's a great shout. We won't play the whole thing, but the guitar bit.
But I mean, I'm painting such a great picture because, of course, the whole thing ended in complete disaster. Right, girls, this is what it's all about. This is our freestanding shelving unit.
These
shelves.
I thought you was supposed to be an expert.
Shut up! Is that better?
No.
Is it heavy?
Yes.
Good.
Oh, me arm.
Only seconds after finishing in Linda's room, disaster struck.
What point,
the added weight of all those books proved too much for the freestanding shelf.
Andy, you had one job.
Oh my God.
There's going to be tears.
No. That is all our teapots. Oh no.
I don't know, Andy. I think we just have to put our hands up on this one.
Oh, well, no!
Why is she putting her hands up? She didn't make it. He made it.
It was her idea, and it was a shit idea.
I don't believe this. Oh no, I'm crying now.
Girls.
Girls.
It's the books. We shouldn't have put the books on.
Shouldn't have put anything on. It was a terrible idea. He just mouthed the F word.
Did he?
Yeah.
White girls.
Say it when he doesn't.
It's the books. We shouldn't have put the books on.
Jesus Christ.
I think you better go sit down and we better tidy this up.
The combination of 2 days' hard work and the shock of what had just happened hit Jane and Karen like a body blow.
I'm really sorry that I've put you under this stress, because it's nothing to do with you at all. You wanted a corner cabinet. I gave you a nice hanging modern...
Take the word nice out and take the word modern out. Put the word stupid and ugly.
...shelf, okay? It's not anything to do with you. It's my fault entirely, and I'm going to take responsibility for that. And I'm going to meet Clodagh and tell her exactly what's happened, okay? And I'm really sorry I've put you through this. I am so sorry, and I will take the rap.
And so it was time for Linda to deliver
became the whole show.
the bad news to Clodagh.
Right.
Probably.
Billy has reminded me of there's a brilliant documentary, black and white. There's a TV series that was only shown in London called 20th Century Box. It was Danny Baker. I remember I used to watch it. It was on a Sunday afternoon. I remember watching it at my nan's, and it was great. But there was one episode that kind of became. Have we watched on here the video diary of the drummer, the kid? Have you watched that? Have you watched that?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
I've seen that. All right. Danny Baker.
But that don't mean we can't watch it again. It's sublime.
Cardboard guitars. Here we go. This guy is brilliant. I think my friend Andy Kahn ended up knowing this guy. So this is a documentary, 20th Century Box. I think it's on an Iron Maiden box set now about heavy metal from about 81. I'm going to suggest 1980. Okay, here we go.
Heavy metal, what the pogo was to punk. And at the bandwagon, the mouthful of safety pins has given way to a recurring symbol of rock fantasy, the homemade imitation guitar. Loonhouse built his...
The homemade imitation guitar, and this guy is called Loonhouse.
The homemade imitation guitar.
The homemade imitation guitar.
Loonhouse built his first guitar in response to a challenge to decide the headbanger of the year.
Oh, look at that.
Still, this guy comes up to me and he says, you don't mind if I bring a Gibson body along? He hasn't got no strings or pickups or anything like that on it. He's just, body and a neck. So I go to it, bring a bleeding lag along, mate. Bring an orchestra if you like.
bring what you're beating like, bring an orchestra if you like.
Still anyhow, I got to thinking, this bloke's got the edge on me, he's got a guitar, this is going to stick in people's minds. So I thought to myself, make a cut out. So I got a couple of bits of cardboard together, traced out the outline of the flying V, and there it was. It started from there.
Why the flying V particularly?
Well, I only had a couple of days to do it. It was all straight lines and it's easy to cut out.
I like Loonhouse.
Do you go into detail on them? I mean, stuff.
He looks like that fellow from Goldie Looking Chain.
First of all, the first one, it was very rough, I cocked the neck up, the neck was too wide, the body wasn't big enough. On the latest one at the moment, I've got the neck right, I've got the body right, I've put a tremolo on it, I've put a couple of bits of sticky tape on it, brighten it up a bit, so from a distance it does look a bit like a real guitar,
From a distance, it does look a bit like a real guitar. A bit. Let's not get carried away.
Has it got frets on it?
Oh, no, I don't bother with frets, I think it's taking the piss a bit, really,
I don't bother with frets.
Detail takes the piss. Yeah, you're right.
It's taking the piss a little bit, actually. It looks a bit like a guitar.
When you put frets on it, you're making it look too much like a real guitar.
You're making it look too much like a real guitar.
He's doing it on purpose, making it look a little bit not like a guitar,
It's supposed to look like a guitar, but it's not really supposed to look like a real guitar.
It's supposed to look like a guitar, but not supposed to look like a real guitar.
Good, well...
Do you understand the concept I'm trying to achieve here?
Mission accomplished.
It's only supposed to be kind of like a Harlequin of a real guitar.
That's the phrase.
A
it's
Harlequin?
only supposed to be like a Harlequin of a real guitar. I knew there was a phrase in it. I don't know.
It's not really supposed to look like a real guitar. It's only supposed to be kind of like a Harlequin of a real guitar.
Now, I'm going to put that on. I'm just going to put that no context. My friend Andy Khan will reply to that. It's only supposed to look like a Harlequin.
No, a guitar, not like a Harlequin of a real guitar.
It's only supposed to look like a... Oh, hang on. Let's get this right.
It's a bit really, when you put frets on it, you're making it look too much like a real guitar. It's supposed to look like a guitar, but it's not really supposed to look like a real guitar, It's only supposed to be kind of like a Harlequin of a real guitar.
It's supposed to be kind of like
a Harlequin of a real guitar.
Beautiful.
This is I'm setting an Andy Khan trap.
I don't know what he means by Harlequin, but I'm definitely using it in that way in future.
That's an Andy Khan trap. Andy Khan was a friend of mine, a lodger of mine, who ruined the season finale of, I think, season 5 of Lost, where he texted me before I'd seen the finale. I went, "Oh my God, I can't believe it's Locke in the box."
Thanks, Andy.
Just an image.
How many have you made?
I've got about 3 at home at the moment. I've got
3.
You made 3. Okay, you made 3. Okay.
I mean, I don't do it professionally, but I think I've probably made about 3 pretend guitars in my time.
You got on telly with 3 guitars.
I've got a V. I've got a twin neck V. I've got an inverted V, which I made specially.
Upside down,
which is a bit of a flop, really. In all, I've made about half a dozen.
6.
Oh.
Progressively
half a dozen, surely.
But since '76, record sales overall have declined. And although the
marketing it like it's trend now, when
I think that's
I really like him.
So the video diary, is it on here? Video diary, Chris Heavy Metal. This is
He was in Nottingham, wasn't he? Chris Needham.
I went to a screening of this at the BFI.
I would go to a screening of it too.
Was
he there?
No, he refused. He was asked.
That's not who he is
and
now.
he very kindly, they read out a statement saying, "Thank you, appreciate it." From what I have heard, he is really embarrassed by it. And this is from 1992, video diary. A friend of mine did a video diary. BBC would give a video camera to people and they would film their lives and then they'd edit it. Record sales declined because everyone was at home making Harlequins. Well, this is a Harlequin of a show, I would suggest.
We're making Harlequins of records.
And so I think Chris feels that I think he's embarrassed by it, as you would be. He's like 16 when he's made this.
But don't you get to a point where, all right, when it's close, you're embarrassed by it, and the further
Now
on
onto
you
the
get, maybe you have your own kids, you
Well,
might embrace it a bit more.
This was 20 years that I went to go to
Loughborough.
Townsend.
And since Madonna couldn't make it, we're in bed with Chris Needham.
Oh, we just had a big dono.
What?
Is that current thing?
No.
We just had a big dono. Let's have a little look. Sorry, it doesn't show up on our screens in the way that we would like it. You show up on our screens. Paul, put your hand in your pocket and play with your balls. You're giving us too much. We love you so much. You get signed up to Patreon as well recently.
Thank you,
Thank
Paul.
you, Paul. It's appreciated. It is appreciated. You can call while all this is going on. 0203 286 6370. Let's watch a little bit of.
Oh yeah. Little did we know when these programs were made, we thought it was just cheap telly, right?
No.
Little did we know it's kind of the forerunner of YouTube.
Yeah.
Frank Sidebottom was right that everyone would end up with their own channel.
I remember Chris Needham told me that, and I was like, yeah, whatever, man.
Because some of these were boring. Some of them were classic.
This. I remember watching this at the time, and then I remember like fifth generation. You get college, people would be passing around Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the Beatles live, and the Beatles live at Shea Stadium, and Chris Needham on VHS cassettes.
Didn't Adam Buxton get his break doing stuff like this?
On Takeover TV,
Yeah.
Adam and Joe, and that film director who made Scott Pilgrim. You know the one who the guy who followed me for a little while on Twitter and doesn't anymore. You know the guy. We watch some of this for a bit.
I'd love to watch some of this.
Hello there. You've seen In Bed with Madonna? Well, this is In Bed with Chris Needham. So there.
It's all about his little brother.
My name's Chris Needham. I don't know if you actually know me. I've got a black and white Fender Stratocaster copy.
And I was kind of...
He's got a Harlequin. Oh, Harlequin.
I was in like a band, you know, not a heavy metal band, but so some of this guitar stuff. One of my favorite bits is the drummer does something shit and then goes, "Yeah, that's just trying something there."
He's trying to stretch out his embarrassment.
And I come in a lot for guitar strings and that.
Younger viewers will not recognise this, but what he's on there is a phone.
Katya, you're going to love this. You're going to love this, Katya. This is right up your Strasse.
Okay. And, well, I don't know whether you're going to take this. At present, I'm putting a band together, right?
This is Spinal Tap is the obvious. This is better than Spinal Tap.
How do you play? Show me again.
You just go from what they want, what they think they're doing, to what they're actually doing.
When I was about 11, I was in a band, and we had a big fallout because someone bashed Fiona's guitar in the bedroom with a keyboard because it was quite small.
What was your band called? Remind me.
Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome to the stage, singing their song about ice creams, I think it is, if I remember correctly, it's Wow.
Running down the freeway, chasing all the ice cream, yo, we're wow. It went like that. But we also used to do covers, whatever was in the easy keyboard guitar, stroke guitar chord book. But there was a fallout, and it was nearly the end of WoW for a minute there when someone bashed Fiona's guitar. It was bad.
Team, we have to play some adverts. If you're a sub, you will not see the adverts. There will be no adverts from July the 1st if we remain on Twitch. There we go. And Skype is open.
Show me again. Not just that bit. Yeah, that there. No. That there.
And then you just put your little finger
Did
on.
you do the tuning bit again?
No.
But I remember, having guitars, and you'd sit there and we wouldn't always carry our amps around because even our little 15-watt amps were a pain. You couldn't carry it on your bicycle, so you'd have your guitar and you'd strum unplugged and with these electric guitars, and it would be fucking awful. But I loved it.
That's before you played Nirvana. Oh, they played a bit of Quo. Only a bit.
The bass hasn't got a bass, and the drummer hasn't got a drum kit. It's Martin, our bassist, Matt.
Martin Piggins on bass, ladies and gentlemen. Martin Piggins on bass.
Piggins, our bassist. Oh, he's meant.
Oh God, it just reminds me of being 15.
I've worked out 2 bars of this.
Dum 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 dum. Dum dum dum.
Except we can't play the bloody thing.
I'm getting there. He's getting.
Bass players never could when you're 15. They never could. It was always, look, we got a band, we got 2 guitars, we need a bass player. Do you want to be in or what? Yeah.
Getting there. He's getting there. He'll be there.
Katya's loving it. You call in Katya if you want.
And he's also a potential singer for our band.
Oh, yes. No, I'm not.
Bongo says, that there on bass is me. Same age, same year.
You are.
No, I'm not singing.
You can't play that bloody thing. You're singing, Paul.
No.
It's a toss-up between playing that or singing. Because at the moment, I'm still going to have to sing.
Oh, you're going to have
Bloody fared worse than death, mate.
This is like, what's that film? And I interviewed them and the drummer was a dick. What's that film about that band? And they would do a guitar solo using a dildo.
What?
But it's a great film. It's a documentary about a heavy metal band that never quite made it. And then it turned out they didn't realise that they were, spoiler alert, they were huge. They didn't realise, but they were Anvil. Have you not seen Anvil?
No.
Oh, Anvil's a joy. There's this band and they had a little bit of success and they didn't, and it's just the 2 of them. It's quite sad, and they work. One
Is
of them
that not
works,
Searching for Sugar Man?
No, one of them works in like an abattoir or something, and they get invited to this festival in Japan, and it turns out they're massive in Japan, and they come out. Oh, it's making me emotional. They come out, and the whole film is about how their lives are shit, and they come out, and you see them come on stage, and there's 10,000 fans going mental for them. It is a brilliant, brilliant film. We should watch Anvil. The drummer's a dick. Lips, the guitarist, is a nice guy. I interviewed them, and the drummer was a dick. Let me take that back. He wasn't
having a great day.
He was a contrarian when I interviewed him, and it was tricky. I think he was annoyed with the film, actually, that the film kind of portrayed them in this way.
Oh.
Yeah, the drummer's called Rob Reiner, the guitarist is called Lips, and he plays his guitar with a big pink dildo.
Oh my God.
Anyway.
That's where I go and get educated, or meant to be. That's where I'm taking my A levels.
You know, in the 90s, they only made leather jackets in one size, and it was
too
just...
big. Have you got this, but in too big? Of course, sir.
Same with jeans, all too big. Seeing young girls now wearing those jeans that we realise were awful, although we did go through some permutations of awful after that. Is really a thing.
Katya said my friend's wife worked on that festival in Japan. Wow. Oh. But this is where I get educated. Was supposed to anyway.
Because at the moment, I'm still going to have to sing.
Oh man.
Bloody fared worse than death, mate. That's where I go and get educated, or meant to be. That's where I'm taking my A levels. Have a look at it. Go on. Just think of that. Bit of promotion here. Bit of promotion here.
B&B, doesn't it?
Look, deliverers only, no parking beyond this point. Watch this, chaps. Come on quick, Graham. Look at this, I'm parked beyond this point now. I could get into trouble here. I'm not Graham. All right then, come on then, Greg.
It's so quotable. It's so quotable. But also, you got to remember, right, you didn't have mobile phones to film stuff. You didn't even have... a camera was still at this point, 1992.
It was your dad's. It was your dad's, and you were not allowed to touch it.
I remember we rented a camcorder from Rumbelows for £100 for the day. Me, Wayne, Malcolm, Matthew and Duncan. And we all put in like 20 quid and we rented it and we made a film. I've got it somewhere.
Have you?
I have got it somewhere. I do worry that some of it might be a little bit racist. But I have got it somewhere. And you do that stuff. You do. Look at me, I'm on the camera. Or, you do that stuff.
My name is Greg Wilcox. To me, really, it's it feels funny to be this side of the lens as I'm the main cameraman and normally behind the other lens.
It does feel strange to be, but normally I'm behind, but I'm the cameraman. He's got the cameraman's hat on. I love this guy. I hope they're all happy and well.
Well, you could say, probably I am Chris's best friend. We have this understanding that not many friends have, is that we share our problems, if you like.
Yeah. That's one thing I must tell you about. If you've got spare lessons on, you're extremely bored. I mean, me being a good chap like I am, I'm always sort of done my homework and everything's sort of finished while I'm doing my homework and that. So it leaves me nothing to do. And sometimes you get a lot of stick from teachers. You're going around and you can't win. It's annoying, to be perfectly honest. What are you expected to do about it, eh?
Bad.
Not what you can do. See, we spend our time doing stuff like this. This is okay. Look.
Missile truck. I was at college in 1992. I went down the ski jacket with a picture on the back route rather than the leather. Okay, good choice. Good choice.
We used to call them leather Trevors. We used to wear white socks.
I need this. I want this for our band. Danger of death. Keep out. That's us. Danger of death. Quite good. Greg found that amusing there.
It's nuts. Greg found that amusing there.
Greg found that amusing there. Onward. We're going up to English now. Look at this. Look at this. Look at that. Communicating through film. How? That was convenient.
Look at, I know it's college, but it's got the vibe of a school, 80s schools. It's 90, but nothing changed from 1985 to about 2000. 80s schools.
Hey, communicating through porn. Through their humanities, but...
He's a teenage boy. Of course he's going to say communicating through porn.
Not going that way, because... It's boring that way. It's boring that way.
Back then you had to find porn in bushes.
Yeah.
Got my lesson. That's when my lesson's meant to be through there. My lesson's
I know exactly how that corridor smells, don't you?
Yeah.
Through there, so if I walk in now, I'm not going to get bolloced. Say hello to Mrs. Kelly. Smile, Mrs. Kelly. That's my English EAST.
I'd be standing at the end of the corridor. Can you hurry up and get out, please? Prefect. Can you hurry up and get out, please? Don't run.
That's my English language AS teacher, that is. She's quite nice, really. Even though she's a teacher. She's quite nice. She's quite understanding, I must admit. Sometimes I feel like I'm beating a dead horse. There's quite a good standard of art round here, I must admit that, but I'm nowhere near good that well.
I'm nowhere near good that well. There's quite a good standard of art round here, I must admit it, but I'm nowhere near good that well.
There's quite a good standard of art round here, I must admit that, but I'm nowhere near good that well. There he is, look, Mr. Taylor in his amazing shirt. Morning.
Just have a word with you a minute, please. Can I just have a word with you a minute, please?
Are you supposed to be filming?
Which one?
Switch it off a second.
Switch it off a second, I knew it! Busted.
See what happens? You can't go nowhere without somebody having a go at you. Bloody annoying.
That's his origin story. That moment is his origin story when he gets the powers.
You get pissed off by it, to be frankly honest.
Fucking pissed off by it, to be frankly honest.
To be frank and to be honest, it says it a lot, doesn't it?
They'll push you around. I mean, we don't have to be legally. We don't have to be here now at 16, but we're just suckers for punishment, I guess. Gluttons for punishment. But we come back. And some teachers still treat you like a kid, to be perfectly honest. They still look down on you and go, what do you think you're doing, boy, or what do you think you're doing, girl?
By the way, that's a great shot. Greg is working it. That is a great shot, isn't it?
Whatever.
Why has he got his guitar in his lap?
I watched the Suzi Quattro documentary. She had a guitar for the whole thing. Why the hell not? It's like a Harley Quinn of an education. Here we go. just doing the thing. I've been in the music block. Doing that. In the music block. A block for music. Look at that. There's the moment. He's looking at it.
Something's going to get hit.
Is it? I mean, that one. Is it that one?
No. Oh no.
It's like Keith Moon on the tranquilizers again.
But that's teenage life diluted. It's a Harlequin of teenage life.
Here we go.
He's got all the power, all the will, but just doesn't know what to do with it at this point.
Sam correctly says, someone give that guy a snare. You're absolutely right. Oh.
Oh, God, that haircut.
And what it is I'm putting together a band. We're putting together a band. At the moment, we're currently very limited resources.
Stair rails.
I mean, the Fender Stratocaster is not exactly a rock guitar, and we're doing some gigs. Gigs are coming up. Would it be possible we could put a receipt on the guitars? We only want to borrow them, or some of the actual material, you see, but some of the actual guitars and the actual guitars themselves. I mean, my mate's not got a bass. He needs a bass, and I need a lead or a rhythm.
Why hasn't he got a bass of his own?
Only got a bass of his own, but he's only just learning, you see. Yeah, he's only just learning.
On the water, everyone did it.
Just speed metal is just some of the most finest, fantastic musicianship you'll ever hear. To play an instrument that fast.
Talking fast, playing fast.
I got it. What?
Oh, just 92. So they would have been made in 91. So I was 17, 18, both those ages in that year. But so this is, I'm kind of a couple of years ahead of this, but it just reminds, that bedroom, everything. You're right, evocative, everything.
Well, miles too high, isn't it?
It's his brother.
What sort of relationship have you and your brother got?
Brilliant.
Is he a good brother?
Britain's youngest thrash metal fan.
The name of our band is Manslaughter.
Of course it is. Manslaughter. Terrible.
Manslaughter.
And we are predominantly heavy metal hard rock band with elements of this sort of music in it over here. That's called thrash.
Who are your favourite groups?
Now, Katya, you'll know these bands because this is your genre, right?
This is your bag. This is your sack.
Manslaughter.
Oh no, Manslaughter. Sorry.
And the other famous groups. What other? You know, do you like AC/DC?
Yeah.
Iron Maiden, Sepultura?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, what's your favourite out of all those?
Quo.
The Quo. They're good at thrash.
Youth are a damned culture. A lot of us are, not just me as a heavy metal fan, but youth as a whole. You'll meet that in some of my friends, and you'll see that in some of my friends sometimes.
It's that he does that.
It's accentuated by the mulle.
Quo.
Youth are a damned culture.
Youth are a damned culture.
A lot of us are, not just me as a heavy metal fan, but youth as a whole. You'll meet that in some of my friends, and you'll see that in some of my friends sometimes in this. You'll see how disparaging the youth, or the state of youth that they can be, and perhaps you should learn from that. All you grown-ups and fogies and parents out there, all you old bastards out there should learn.
Old bastards.
Billy says, "Is there?
Tell us more and call me an old bastard."
Is there a Chris Needham follow-up? Not that I'm aware of, Hazy. Not that I'm aware of. If there is, then please let me know. If there's a second album, is what you're suggesting.
From this. That's what he said.
Everything he says is a meme waiting for someone to create. You're absolutely right. This is before memes, and because this would be it.
An object in teaching people to, or teaching the older generation to look at us, not look at us every time and go, oh, youth of today do nothing but wrong or something like that. Because I don't want to hear that. All right. If you don't like it. Or if you don't like it, don't want to listen to it, don't like that, then just turn over now, because...
Okay.
If you're not prepared to listen to us, then you might as well not bother watching this at all, okay? Salmon over at last.
Salmon over at last.
Look, this is Loughborough, this is. This is Loughborough. And we are there.
I used to love. There used to be one of those in Slough where you press the buttons and the light would light up. God, we used to go and play. We used to go and play on it. Do you want to go and play on the map?
Oh,
you want to play on the light up
it was
map?
a big thing for us. Be able to press buttons and light things up.
This is like PlayStation 5.
How stupid! How are you supposed to know what you want? Oh no, red alert! Look what's going on! It's all exploding! It's a nuclear attack!
That's the 80s for you
Again,
guys.
yeah.
Oh no! Nuclear attack soup!
That's because there isn't.
Nuclear attack soup! Did he say soup? I think he said soup. I'm going to open that window. When is that from? That's from 2009. There he is.
Oh,
That's from 2009. We'll save that. We'll save that for a rainy day. That's going to get saved for a rainy day. Thank you for that. Who posted that? Illogical Hell. Thank you. He did say soup. It's a nuclear attack soup.
Delicious.
Nuclear attack! Oh no! Nuclear attack soup!
That's because there isn't one.
Friday the 22nd of November, please look
Christmas.
around us. All commercialised. All commercialised. You can't...
Christmas 113.
Nowhere. Yeah, it has. Must have done. There's no meaning to it at all now.
He's got some very old-fashioned views for such a young man, hasn't he?
There's the cup of warm soup says, regretting my username change now. Should have gone for nuclear attack soup. 16, and he's realised that Christmas has lost all of its meaning. There's a video of him on YouTube 12 years later. We'll have a look at that.
Why do people watch Neighbours? It's like the TV equivalent of a McDonald's meal, isn't it? Straight through.
And I like McDonald's.
That's why. I don't understand what all the fuss is about. I mean, what you get in it? What you get in it all the time? You get all the teenage morals in it. You got stuff about, oh, should I go out with him, her? You get rape. You get blowjobs. You get...
I don't remember that episode. Do you?
And coming up next on Neighbours, Charlene has to deal with giving Scott a blowjob. It's Neighbours.
I don't remember that at all. And I watched it twice a day.
Everything in there.
My friend Mackenzie Crook would, and I say the surname just so you know who I'm talking about, would watch Neighbours, the lunchtime one, and take note of every time they said, I think it was, would you like a cup of tea? And then record it, that bit. And he had like a 5 or 10 minute montage of them, would you like a cup of tea? And yet he wastes his time on that Wurzel Gummidge shit.
Can't you think for yourselves? What do I want a suit for?
I want a suit. You might want to.
I don't want a suit. You have a suit for 2 reasons: getting married and dying in, or 1 reason because they're both the same sort of thing.
Whoa, edgy.
Oh God, this is much better than I remember.
Getting married and dying.
Yeah, both connected.
We are all fed up with charity. We're absolutely fed up with charity.
And yet he's trying to get a bass for free.
We're like scavengers.
Scavengers? Yeah, I need a lead or rhythm, and we need a bass and drums, actually.
He hasn't got one. He hasn't got one because he's a beginner. Yeah.
Everywhere you turn. Oh, please lend us a quid, something like, give us a quid, something like that. Everywhere you turn. See? Put it away. That's good stuff, David. Good stuff, David. Bloody hell. Strange people. Mind if we do an interview on you? For you?
Mind if we do an interview on you? Then he corrects it to for you. Do you mind if we do an interview on you? For you?
Mind if we do an interview on you? For you?
Do it again.
Mind if we do an interview on you? For you?
Billy, I don't know that. If you can send me the link, that would be awesome. Thank you.
Mind if we do an interview on you? For you?
So.
Do you mind if I do an interview on you for you?
We're doing a survey about heavy metal music. Come on.
All 4 types of girl from the late 80s, early 90s. The 4 major types.
That one's me.
The 4 major types. The third one is the one that is the look that I went for, but they had absolutely zero interest.
We're doing a survey about
all 4 major
heavy
girl
metal
types.
music. Come on. Surprise me. Say it's brilliant, please.
Say it's brilliantly cold. It's brilliant.
You don't have to. What do you like listening to?
Oh God. Chart music.
Chart music. We're finished now. We're finished doing the shopping and everything, and now we're taking a break.
Not pegging. Negging. Thank you, Hazy. I've copied that link. We probably won't watch it today, but we will watch it at some point. Just want to see where we are on the old advertisements. There we go. Don't forget, you can phone up if you want. 0203 286 637. Otherwise, we carry on.
And a Kit Kat or a Wimpy, whatever comes first. Look at that lovely stuff.
I bet there's about 1% meat in that.
How vegetarians cop this? Ha ha!
just saying how crap McDonald's was?
That's Wimpy.
That's Wimpy. Fair enough.
Wimpy's more substantial, right?
Vegetarianism is all good and well.
This is,
Hold on, everyone. We're about to be told.
Here we go. He's the original edgelord.
He is.
Here we go.
Pop this. Vegetarianism is all good and well if you want to do that. But I don't see why I should have to stop eating meat. It doesn't bother my conscience. I need food to survive, right?
No one's asking you to stop meeting meat. I think you said meeting meat.
Meeting meat with your face.
No one has asked.
So I eat.
Good.
It's just doing your Little Uns teacher.
If only he'd cover his mouth a little bit more.
That's what I eat. Oh, do you realise you're eating something dead there? Yes, I do, as a matter of fact. I'm enjoying it.
Oh, God.
Oh, Chris has got a YouTube channel?
I bet he has.
And he's been posting recently. That's
interesting.
New. That's new. We can reach out to him. I think he would say no.
If it was about this, yeah, for sure.
He's dead anyway.
I'm dead anyway. I've got porn in that.
Porn, yeah. That's what it is. Porn's not porn and chips.
Look at that porn.
Porn and chips, did he say? Did he say porn and chips?
Yes. That's what it is. Porn's not porn and chips.
Porn? Can I get some porn and chips, please? Thanks.
Look at that porn. Some porn in here. Porn. Get that air guitar in quick.
This is Katya. This is what Katya does.
As you may or may not know, I was going to do vocal.
Paul Greb Frost, he's the exiled vocalist. You can't see it on your screen. He's the exiled vocalist.
Greb.
He's been exiled. Grab it!
For this band, but fortunately I moved from the village. Fortunately? Unfortunately, I said. Oh. So. Where's the original vocalist? He was part of the original band lineup.
He's in touch with the Chart Music podcast about it, so he'll be up for talking. Oh, brilliant. All right, well, I'll reach out to him, Richard. Thank you for that.
Because I have a name and a nothing. You've had some shit from around here, haven't you? Stopping around here. Yeah, I've got no end of shit. Quite a lot of shit, actually, because of the music that I'm into. The way you look. The way I look. The type of pet that I have, which is a Rottweiler named Pagan.
He's getting a lot of shit because of the way he looks, the music he likes, and the type of pet he has. Just remind me of the type of pet and the name of it, Catherine.
It's a Rottweiler named Pagan.
Okay, right. He's getting a lot of shit in the village about that.
This night, but we have a message. You thought you couldn't with this night, but we have a message from you on a live transatlantic link. Because I listen to stuff like that, it gives us a bad name. We are evil, and we will grow up, and we will be evil, and we will do evil things. That kind of shit gets me down.
Oh, he's going to do a hand gesture. I do apologise. That kind of shit gets me down. Where's this going?
Grow up, and we will be evil, and we will do evil things. That kind of shit gets me down. Fuck you. If you.
Whoa, Christopher!
That kind of shit gets me down. Fuck you. Kath, you want to try it? It's very empowering.
That kind of shit gets me down. Fuck you.
It's just so gross.
And we will do evil things. That kind of shit gets me down. Fuck you if you think about that. Just get out of my kind of shit gets me down. Fuck you if you think about that.
Fuck you if you think about that. Fuck you if you think
about
that.
But you just presented me with that idea. It's not my fault if I follow you.
Fuck you if you think about that.
Okay, yeah, fair play.
That kind of shit gets me down. Fuck you if you think about that. Just get out of my fucking face now, alright? Do not bother me with that shit. I'm perfectly okay.
Yep, obviously.
So don't think about it. I'm fine, alright? It's more myself when I get bothered about problems that I cannot see, I have no earthly power over, that really irritate me. When I see stuff on the telly like, I don't know, people dying in other countries.
Other countries?
Yeah, but
Just
people
other
asking for charity in this country, scum.
Scavengers. They're scavengers.
Wars going off everywhere else. And things like that. And there's nothing I can earthly do.
I mean, he's making
in this situation.
You could give to charity.
He's making a good point. The world sucks, and we are powerless pretty much over those things. And he's got that at 16. I mean, he is. I'm not taking the piss now. He's genuinely being very wise. He's expressing it in a memey way.
But it makes you feel so helpless.
Yep.
When you need.
It's that existential crisis that you get as a teenager when you've gone from being a kid that everything is done for you. You're not quite an adult yet, which you perceive as being freedom, and of course we know it's not. It's that thing of you just don't. You're that age, you don't fit in. You have no influence over the world, but you're still treated like a child.
Or you feel the need to do something, but you just turn around and you say, look, what am I supposed to do? I'm only a 17-year-old kid, an 18-year-old kid, whatever. What can you do? Look at this. See this. Come here. Come here.
Who did that?
This is some brilliant comment on this, and I'm prepared to agree with. Have you seen it? Look, I mean, it's just pushed bleeding people to death, isn't it, paying out for stuff like that? Oh, look, people with empty stomachs beg to differ. I mean, if the church is so good and great about things and charity and that, and God will save you, then why should they be bothering to save the flipping tower and to pay thousands and tens and thousands of pounds just to save that frigging tower there? Hey! Yeah, the rush. I didn't do it myself, but whoever did, I'd be proud to know them, I think. Whoever did that. Wish I'd thought of it myself. Bloody good, that is.
He doesn't give a shit, does he? He's honestly, yeah. I'm hearing a lot of Twitter style antagonism.
Yeah.
Really want someone to argue with him. Really want someone to argue with him.
Enough talk. Let's get some music, though, guys. Let's get some music.
That's it. Backstreet Bad Boys, Big Time Dream.
We're about to hear a song, Crash Gang.
Sounds a lot
Crash
like,
Gang. Here we go.
Sounds a lot like Yo Wow Wow.
Here we go. Let's have respect. Crash Gang. This is Crash Gang.
Backstreet Bad Boys, Big Time Dream.
Backstreet Bad Boys.
Oh, yeah.
Big Time Dream.
Solid rocking noise like a killing machine.
Solid rocking noise like a killing machine.
Oh, okay. Gosh.
Born from the flames of a steel porch fire.
I mean, I was writing lyrics, not quite as metally as this, but the lyrics I was writing, well, as you know, I've got them.
Yours a bit more poetic and
Mine
romantic,
was very romantic,
wistful.
yeah.
Get stronger as we fly higher with a crash gang. And we're ready to rock with a crash gang. Time runs off the clock with a crash.
We're the Crash Gang, we're ready to rock. We're the Crash Gang, time runs off the clock, and it does.
Crash gang, no easy way out. Get your hands in the air and shout. Crash gang. This is where my nan lives. My nan lives there. Number 6. This is on Charles Street.
Or is she
So my nan's lives.
fringy?
Here she is. Hi, Nan.
Dee says, can I nominate this as the first show lip sync song, Crash Gang?
Say hello to her. I'm fishing tomorrow. Well, I'm taking it with me tomorrow.
You don't want his noise round there today. Not today.
No.
She's worried about the fish.
That's a proper old nan. Probably not that old, but that's an old-fashioned nan.
I used to have a boyfriend in the sixth form, and we used to go and see his nan at lunchtimes. Like, not for any, just to see his nan. And he was like that.
She was probably in her 60s, late 60s.
This one wasn't. She was proper old.
We've got fish for dead baits tomorrow for with pike, and we've got a load of herring. We've got 4 herring and 3 mackerel, and she's worried about them. That's what she's on about now. I'll pick him up tomorrow. 9:30. 10 o'clock-ish.
Not good enough, Chris.
Bye-bye.
Oh, dox your nan. He has totally doxed.
And that was my nan. She's all right, really. She can be a bit cantankerous at times and a pain in the neck, but she's a good nan.
You dare say that to her face, young man?
This is my mate Catherine. She's all right, really. She can be a bit cantankerous and a pain in the neck, really, but she's all right.
But he said it bravely as he's away from the window. Don't mess with Nan.
River Reek, Leicestershire. We're the Crash Gang. Ready to rock. We're the Crash Gang.
Morning.
Well, I'm not entirely sure that Chris is actually a member.
Oh, breaking the law, breaking the law.
But he's going to find out anyway.
Here we are, outside, on the River Reek.
What happened to that hat there?
I used to go fishing as a teenager.
I always wanted to.
Boring. I never knew how to set the weights. I can never do the weights properly.
Indulging in one of my favourite pastimes. Got the load down there. So you bring it through and you go, wee. Like that. And that's how you do it. Simple as that. Isn't that jolly?
I want to tell you out there that if you want to be green, then go ahead and do it, but don't push your ideals on me. I'm not want to hear anymore. It's falling on deaf ears.
Okay.
This is not about global warming. This is about the hole in the ozone layer.
Right.
That's what that was at this time.
Can we just remind ourselves? This is the tricky thing about being a teenager. He's angry that he can't do anything about the world, but he's pissed off that people are trying to do things about the world.
Exactly. 0203 286 6370 is the telephone.
People are
number.
dying in foreign countries, but don't ask me for charity because you're a scavenger. And don't try and do anything nice for the world because don't push your ideals on me.
Now, I'm telling you, I don't want to hear it anymore. It's just been overkilled. To be perfectly honest, there are times when I could just turn around and say to you, and I will say it now, look, you can burn this planet. It's your fault. With any luck, that we won't be having another generation, okay?
Screw those guys.
I don't want to hear it anymore.
Hope I die before I get old. It's that youthful thing. Fuck this. Nihilistic. Screw it.
All right. I'd rather have the planet burn and
But I will bring the fish round tomorrow, Grandma.
all you greens burnt with it than you preach onto me all the time, 24.
But notice, do you know? Look at his hand. He's not pointing. He's doing the metal sign. All you greens preaching to me.
I'd have the planet burn and all you greens burnt with it than you preach onto me all the time, 24 hours a day on the TV, in newspapers, in magazines. Now, particularly aimed
Also,
at
this, you know what this is? This body language, pushing people down.
Right.
Because he feels powerless.
Yeah.
youths. Look, I'm sick of it, all right? Now, just give me a rest from it, okay? I can understand. Don't think I don't understand it.
He's got concern fatigue, is what he's got. Give him a rest.
Indeed, there are solutions that I've come up with myself, but
Go on.
I don't see why I should try and share these ideas for the simple reason, impracticality, 1. 2, nobody's going to lie able to listen to me.
But he has got solutions.
Yeah, he knows. He knows how it's done, but you don't want to hear it. I think the solution might
You go you go tish, and then the bass guitar goes no, just go twang and then down the chorus.
twang and then
Hello,
can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Oh wow, that's amazing. I'm in my studio. I've got like this super microphone and I should be working. I'm supposed to be working. I can't work this. I can't
Have you
stop
never
watching.
seen this before?
No, I've never watched this.
It's
really
magic,
amazing.
It's
amazing.
magic.
It's like watching, because I got into metal in 1990. Because I was playing the piano before that, all into classical, which I still love, obviously.
Yeah.
But and then I I don't know where to start, but this is like watching my life. And and you know, I don't know. I just wanted to say, do you remember in the Anvil movie where Tiziana, the manager, they need to take the train to somewhere, and she's spelling the name of it, and she's saying, oh yeah, S like Sodom, because of the name of the band.
So all her references are metal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so we went with Roger. We went to the Curzon cinema.
Yeah.
Well, yes, cinema with his friend, and his friend is married to this Japanese lady who helped organize the festival. But I tell you something, when they were watching the movie, so Roger and his friend, at some point they both started crying because there's this really moving scene with the sister who gives money to them to I don't know, is it the singer, to the singer. Anyway, it's very, very, very moving, and we were all in tears and stuff. It's just like, you know,
it's like the Bros documentary, in that you can be watched on several levels. One is, look at these, you know, it's a subspinal tap kind of thing, but the other level of that film of Anvil. And I think this is why the drummer got so pissed off, because everyone was looking at the comedy aspect as opposed to the stuff that these guys have been doing it for like 20, 30 years. And they had a brief taste of success at the start and then nothing. But they kept going on, they kept going on, and they kept going on. And they believed that one day they would be big again. And it came true. It came true, and it's a story of perseverance, of success. Maybe we're Anvil now. Perseverance, of loneliness, of disappointment, rejection, but keeping on that path.
Yeah, I'll tell you something also, because my cousin, I actually got him into metal, not the contrary. So when I watch the band and the formation of the band, it's just like watching my cousin. I love it so much, you know. But nowadays, my cousin is a brilliant guitarist, actually. But, you know, he started with all these, well, he wasn't that good when he started, obviously. So, you know, it's just, but everything, it's just like living my life again. It's just brilliant.
I think a lot of people of a certain age are particularly if you grew up in the 80s and 90s, are identifying with different aspects. The narrative, I imagine, follows more closely perhaps your life than it does mine, but I'm identifying with lots of it, and it just looks. I'd say I saw this at the BFI, and it was a joy.
I'll tell you what this says to me, right?
We were going to show it at the film club. We were going to show it,
but we were going to approach him, and he wasn't up for it.
I think we struggled we got offered it, but we had to pay a lot of money to screen it, I think, was the thing. That's why.
But here's what I'm seeing when I'm watching him, and he's like, he's talking 10 dozen everything. Boredom. It was bloody boring a lot of the time in the 1990s. There weren't the distractions. My kids have always got something. Like last night, my husband wanted to watch the TV. We've only got one, unusual for a lot of couples, but we've only got one TV. He wanted the TV, and the girl said, but we won't have anything to do.
Wow.
Yeah. And it's like, and that's where creativity comes from, but they don't get to that point where they have to go and flipping play on a guitar and be crap for a long time.
Yeah. See, you have to invent an app for boredom to bore people or something.
I don't know. Boredom's healthy.
It's true.
You need to go through boredom to go, right, I'm not going to sit in this anymore. I'm going to do something else.
Yeah, but Cockbonger says 100% boring. You listen to music, you hung about with your mates, sometimes both, sometimes neither. It was boring being a teenager. Awful.
Yeah, you're not old enough to do anything fun. You think all the fun stuff is just around the corner, just within grasp, but not quite there yet.
How are you doing, Katy? Are you well?
Okay. I was actually gonna call, but probably not today. Maybe on Friday or something, just to explain to you, I'm really, really well. I'm really well because I sometimes talk about this on my Twitter feed. I've got chronic pain, right? And I've had that for years and years and years and years. And it really, it's something that I couldn't control. And I have never taken any medication for it, because do you know what they give you? They give you antidepressant, anti-convulsants, everything. But the type of pain that I've got can't be actually really touched by anything. If you want, it's neuropathic pain. Right. So it's like, imagine you've got your hands, and like there's there are vices in there. It's tingling, it's burning, it's everything. And it really, the last year was really bad because I couldn't even touch my tools, and I'm an engraver. I need my hands, bloody hell, really. So it was really getting me down. And for some reason, I stumbled upon this documentary with Wim Hof, right?
Yeah.
And I thought, oh my God, this is amazing. And it's all got to do with breathing exercises and the cold. Taking cold showers, and just like, I like a hot shower. So how do you do it? But I can do it all. I can control my pain. It's like I've got a new life, right? Wow. It really is, and I feel like I'm reborn or something. This sounds cheesy.
It doesn't. I've never heard you sound so. I don't know what the word is. I'm going to say upbeat. I've never heard you sound so upbeat.
I would say you sound elated.
Yeah.
I am. I did the exercises this morning. I took my shower, and I tell you something. Like, I feel like the world is my oyster, and I want to learn so much about it. And I want everyone to try these exercises because it's just breathing. It's just air, and that's. Oh my God, that's it. It changed my life. It changed my life.
I'm so happy for you. That's brilliant news. It's brilliant. And can I just highlight, Katya, you've been calling me for what? I don't know, let's say 15 years. First call I've not taken the piss.
No, oh dear.
She's holding her breath there, waiting for it.
I'm not going to. It's the first call I've...
it. I can hear you now.
Okay, I was saying, you've been calling me for 15 years, maybe longer, and this is the first call where I've not taken the piss on any level whatsoever.
Thank you.
It's also the first time you've mentioned the chronic pain thing.
Yeah, I think so. I don't really go on about it because...
You haven't said it at all.
No, I haven't. It's something when you got it to the intensity that... I can feel it, right? But... It kind of, it's at the center of everything, really. It's huge. It's really huge. Because you wake up with it and you feel, oh my God, I've got this. And you go to bed with it, right? And you feel betrayed. You feel betrayed by your body because blooming hell, why am I suffering so much, right? What have I done wrong? Or what But... now this is also different. It's so different. I want to climb mountains. I want to do that, But the energy is amazing. So if people want to try it, it's so simple. It's just trying it, the breathing exercises. Look up Wim Hof. And actually, Russell Brand did a documentary with him. Mm-hmm. And just do it, just a beginner's exercise, and see, maybe it won't do anything for you for the first 2 days or something, but I persevered with it, and after 2 weeks it's just like, well, that's it, I'm done.
I saw that documentary, and I think the stuff that is eye-catching about it, and obviously they have to use to get people interested, is the extreme stuff, the ice, plunging and all that stuff. But as you say, the basics, it sounds like, can have a massive impact.
It does. It's just that breathing and then taking a cold shower. I mean, everyone can do it unless you don't have access to water. I don't know, but that's it. But just that's all I've got to say. Really,
thank you, Kathy. That's lovely.
It's nice to hear you so happy.
Nice to hear. Yeah, it's a real joy and a boost. Take care of yourself. Get back. We're going to watch some more Chris Needham.
Yeah. Let's watch that. Okay. See you. Bye.
That was magic.
Yeah.
0203 286 6370. If you want to give us a call, let's have a little bit more of this guy.
I feel like lousy shit now.
After Katya's call.
He's so bored.
Yeah.
I've got to cheer up. It's the first time you've seen me like this on fucking videos. It's just sometimes today, looking at this video diary and trying to do this video diary, I looked at it and thought, why am I bothering? The band doesn't seem to be going anywhere from the practice you've seen today.
Can we get a link for the Patreon in the chat, by the way? Because from July the 1st, if you want to see the full show, you still see bits of it, the full show, you're going to need to go to our Patreon, patreon.com/Iain and Katherine. It's where you're going to get the podcasts. Don't apologise, Kat. It's where you're going to get to see the full show. Loads of extra podcasts, Zoom lunches, what we used to call the Tier 3 production meeting. It's our last Tier 3 production meeting this month, and then we're going to move it to the Patreon. It's dead simple. You look at all the different levels, you see what you can afford and what you want to pay for, and then you sign up, and we get a bigger percentage of the money than we would ever get here. And the 300, I think we've just crossed 300. So the 350th patron is gonna get a cassette of the bootleg of a horrible, cursed show we did in Brighton.
Yeah.
So sign up, because that could go today. So patreon.com/Iain, IAIN, and Katherine with a K.
Yeah.
That's where you go. Just put the link in the chat. That's where it's all gonna go.
I was going to say, the thing about Patreon is, and I know that there are a lot of demands on your time and money and stuff at the moment, and we get it. And if you can't afford it, there will be there'll be an hour free that you can watch of the show. We're doing this for survival, really. Our deal with Twitch is coming to an end. That's the main revenue stream gone. So we've had to look at a different way of doing it. So if you're even considering it, now is the time. And I know we've got a couple of months, and you won't be charged until July.
It doesn't really start till July the 1st. And we will be putting some stuff up there between now and July, just to say thank you.
But it's really handy for us to know that the support is there. So because this is the basket we're putting all our eggs in.
So thank you guys for that. So let's have a bit more of this.
Just sort of mess about. The input's there, the music we've played, and it just sounds crap to me. There's times when I can get really excited, but it's probably just the mood.
This is, by the way, the phone calls I make to Katherine at 10 o'clock at night.
Passing over, there'll be another time I knock it, I think, oh great, we're getting somewhere, something like that. But I don't think I'm right suited for it, you know.
Yeah.
What did he say?
I just don't think I'm suited for it, you know.
I don't think, I haven't got no fucking voice, we haven't got no fucking vocalist in effect. I barely play the guitar. To be all honesty, we got a drummer who can't drum. He can't keep rhythm. Andy can't do that. We got a bassist who ain't got a bass guitar. Kevin's our best fucking hope.
What about you brothers singing?
Very good.
Oh,
yeah?
This is me.
Do you think he could improve on anything?
Well, just a bit.
This is the band session tonight. This is the band tonight. Me and him.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Hate song.
This is a song about a girl and a boy falling in love and taking enjoy.
This is a song about a girl and a boy falling in love and taking enjoy. Let's start the song.
Oh, this is nice. So far, so joyous.
Hazy love nights to look at a star. Sudden death from my guitar.
That was it. I feel sudden death from my guitar. Let's have that song again. Because there's just too much. There's too much in there.
Oh, he lulls us into a romantic dream.
Mandy, I would time you out if you weren't my queen. I feel sudden death from my guitar.
And him.
1, 2, 3, 4.
This is a song about a girl and a boy falling in love and taking enjoy. Hazy love nights to look at a star. I feel sudden death from my guitar.
Okay, we don't need to know the rest of that, apparently. Oh, hello. What's happening here?
He feels sudden death from his guitar. Jane, girlfriend.
What have you been doing?
That's a surprise, isn't it?
I think you might be surprised to Jane.
What have you been doing with yourself then? Go on, tell us.
You're going to do an interview on her? To her? For her?
She's been working. She won't say anything. She feels dumb. You're not. You're not dumb. You can articulate yourself. Turn yourself into a lorry.
Oh, bless him.
Yeah, if you insist. Only if you say so, Chris. No. I don't really know. Ow!
Exactly. Dickhead.
Sorry.
She don't want to be in your film, mate.
I don't think she wants to be in your bedroom.
That's for you.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there. That's for you.
Who's that from? Who are these from?
Open up and see.
Oh, Chris. Thanks.
See, I'm a caring, kind, considerate person, not just a thrash metal fan. You don't need anybody to care for you, really. Nobody really cares for anybody else.
Oh, come on.
Even though they say they do. I really say I care about Jane, but I wonder. I really do, or try to seem, in the physical and mental sense of the word. I won't be telling you now I care for her a lot, you can probably see that, but do I really?
I really care for a lot. You can really see that, but do I really? That's some thought.
I mean, that was a very passionate encounter that we saw there, yes.
In the physical and mental sense of the word. I won't be telling you now I care for her a lot, you can probably see that, but do I really?
Care for a lot. You can probably see that, but do I really?
Well, there was simmering chemistry there, I think.
If I really cared for her, I wouldn't have to put her through no shit at all.
What shit is he putting through?
Everything will be fine, but that's not relationships, is it? There are always disagreements and that, and then when you'd start to be on the way to a perfect world if you had no problems in relationships with anybody.
Is he talking about her giving him a slap in the...
I don't know.
Of course, a perfect world will never be achieved. Not in my lifetime or anybody else's.
It's teenagers being a teen. I don't know if you were like it. I was like this. I was miserable. I
wasn't always miserable.
Well, he's not always miserable. When he's,
I was quite romantic.
When he's fishing, he's good. He's good.
I was quite romantic.
I'm sick of all this moral crap.
You're sick of what? Hang on.
I'm sick of all this moral crap.
Moral crap.
Moral crap.
I should have to preach to you.
Stop preaching.
Morals affect me, you see. This is what comes being force-fed shit like this for years on end. I begin to become a moral preacher myself, and that's the last thing in the world I want.
Yeah, it's in the kitchen table. Have you never seen a tabletop snooker table? I've never seen one that big,
That's
but
massive.
yeah.
Legs like a trestle.
Oh, I think this. Yes, I did as well. I think someone's found some condoms in this.
What?
I can't believe that. I refuse to believe that.
Ask me what? Ask you. Those certain things I had in my bedroom, Greg.
Yeah. I don't believe this. This is a setup.
In the top drawer.
These are condoms, ladies and
As in
gentlemen.
the condoms,
Yeah.
ladies and
Outside
gentlemen.
the house about that.
Did you fish them out of that top drawer and deliberately plant them on the floor of my bedroom?
No.
My mum found my condoms, and I got told off for considering safe sex.
Well, who did? Because Jane didn't, and you didn't because you were the only one in it, and you and Jane were the only ones who knew we put it in there.
John. You try John, Maddie?
John didn't know he put them in there, did he?
Probably did.
Here's the thing. He's throwing Jane under the bus here with his little drama.
Yeah. She's always been in your top drawers, mate.
Little sod. My dad found out.
And?
He goes to me, I hope you're not messing about with Jane and that. I goes, no. And he goes, I think they were Greg's, which is true. They were yours. But you never used them. And I says, I think they were Greg's. Greg was going to use them the other night. Because he said it was empty packet, so I wondered where they went. So I thought my brother might. You actually took them out of the drawer, just dropped the packet and took 2 with you.
None of this happened.
Or my brothers took them and used them for balloons or something.
Using for balloons or something.
It's perfect. A 7-year-old.
Yeah.
The crew we have in here is mostly members of our band, of course, the drummer. Watch this. Watch this.
Oh, mate.
Hang on.
Go for it. Well done. Great one. Yeah. Oh, I should have done for it. That's why it didn't sound. Go for it. That's it, mate.
It doesn't seem, and I've said this before, as if this band is going to come together right. Which is going to make for one crap video diary. And this is beginning to bug me now as well. I'm sitting here talking to you, and you are hearing me whinge, and you're thinking, why doesn't he get off his arse and do something about it then?
It's the place where you go when you're going to do
Hello,
something about
we're out fishing again this morning. As you can see, it's a foggy day and off, isn't it? Look at that. So what sort of hardy constitution does anglers have? I mean, it's pretty damp cold out there. I mean, air chill temperatures must be about 0.
The air chill temperature.
What's out there? Hello. I've got a bite.
Into that rod go. What is it?
Grandma's tea sorted.
Kind of. Let's have a look. It's not a roach. It's a dace. It's not a gudgeon. Hang on, this will tell us. Yet, I have actually caught, viewers, a dace on a canal. A 1 ounce dace on a canal. Is that good?
Just considering they live in fast water most of the time. There you
This one's old then. Look. Hey, viewers, look. And a beast fish. So that's how many? 8?
8. 3 different species, 8 fish. 3 perch, 4 gudgeon and a dace on a canal.
Fishing sorted.
Put it there and print.
That's a good haul. Here we go.
That is our practice studio. Good, isn't it? Let's take a closer look, shall we? Look at this, look at this, look at this. Not yet. I'm just going to nip in a second. There he is, the man himself. Well, set myself Here's up. Andrew. What interested you in our band then? Go on, shop.
Well, so, myself more than anybody else, nobody to blame.
Oh, you didn't watch this, did you? We talked about doing this at a rabbit hole, and I showed you bits.
I've seen it.
Have you? Maybe we did watch it together then. Maybe we did.
It's just I'm a bit of an angry young man at times.
53 billion. That's a lot of deaths from then to the 6 billion people now. It's a lot. We lost about 45 billion people in the last 20 years. 30 years, excuse me. 30 years.
Yeah. And a lot
it
of
is
them
30 years.
A lot of them are females who wanted to do it with him. That's a harlequin of a guitar, isn't it?
What's great is every time a bit of music comes up, Katya types in what it is or does the next lyric.
It's not my music that makes me think like this.
No?
I look at my posters around my room now and think, or you wouldn't think, heavy metal, eh? That's it. That's to blame. That's what makes me think the way and feel the way he does. Worthless. This stuff is my lifeline. At times to reality.
So many lost.
My heart and soul.
Thank you, Izzy.
Make you wish.
That's made up for you coming in late. That line. That is made up for it. Well done.
You could be like
So
some
we
of
missed
these.
you.
I've got a crummy voice and I can barely play guitar.
Oh, come
but
on,
if I
Chris.
learn, I show the commitment. One day I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna be like them.
The only problem I'm having at the moment is going to school, because I don't want to be in school. I want to be out with the band, either gigging or rehearsing or practicing.
We all do. I do.
Because I really want to turn around to school now and say, look, sorry, I just want to break this time and I want to be with my band. I want to be able to say, look, can we...
I want to say to school, look, I'm really sorry, I want to break this time. I want to be with my band.
I thought he was going to say,
Fuck you.
no,
Can we
it's
just
a lot more reasonable.
have a month off with me and my band?
Cup of warm soup, cup of nuclear soup says the worst part is how blood-curdlingly relatable this is. There's a lot. If you, I don't know if it would apply if you're a different age, but I think if you're growing up in the 80s, 90s, this vibe is prevalent.
It's My Nothing. Thank you for this. It's a good reminder. It's My Nothing says, is your marriage at 17 not of the magnitude you'd imagined? Why not contact Gregorian Emerson family law solicitors?
Get everybody, all the band members to have a month off. You, even the road crew, to have a month off.
Sorry, the who now? The road crew? You've got road crew?
Off.
You can have a month off at the end of July.
We could take a month off and we could go and do some serious practice. And we could get this all figured out. But with school kids, that's the problem.
That's
It's one
what's
of the
standing in the way of greatness.
That's the thing, though. It's the thing. You're an adult, but physically you're an adult. But societally, you're a little bit.
And literally, you're not.
You've got to overcome. Now, right there, next to me here, we have our bassist, Gavin with the trendy cat. Gavin, we've got to interview him, Gavin Skinner. There we go. As you
Notice the embroidery on the cap.
Embroidery?
Is that Scott Bowks? What's going on there? 3 days, or is it 3 or 4 days to go until the gig?
You're about to get some Sweet Child.
He's all right on the drums.
Gavin doesn't think much to the stuff the band are doing because we're not managing to get the drumming together. It's not that there's nothing wrong with them. Personally, we're all still good mates and that, but it's
Cock Bongo, it sucked being 16. It was also the greatest time ever. Yeah, I get that. Sweet child, oh dear. Billy, you've been on top form recently, Billy. Carl, I want to come and hang out with you and hang out with Dan when we can. I miss you guys.
When I got to about 16 is when things started to turn around for me. It was 12 to about 15 that was awful for me. And worse for my mother.
Where are we?
getting us down. And the band think that Gav's butting in a bit because he's coming in and he's got such a high degree of musical talent, because Gav is such a good bassist at present, and he's also pretty good, he can drum as well, and he can also play guitar to an extremely high level. The band have all been played to this certain level. Gav comes in, you come in, who's actually been on camera now, he comes in and he says, well, I want you to play this sort of way, but we can't match that standard. It's not our problem.
Because he's too good.
Kick him out of the band.
Afraid, Gavin, I'm sorry about that and that, but that's what we all think as well. So I have nothing against.
Just marvel at that wonderful haircut.
The centre parting.
That is a great haircut. I could never get that. Could never get it.
It's anyone personally. It's just it can be
Gavin
so
Skinner,
frustrating at
bassist.
times when like you want to play a gig, you want to get somewhere, you know, nothing's happening. You feel like you're battling against everybody, because I went in there and you thought, you know, great, we're going to get some songs done, like we're going to play on Wednesday and we're going to knock the crowd out. But I find that's not the case.
Manslaughter are due on stage in under 36 hours. Billy says, I've had 3 haircuts in my life. That was one of them. And we know how that story ended, Billy. And I respect you as a human being.
I was thinking of a boy I was at school with who used to spend a lot of his time like straightening his hair out like this, like that. When he's talking to you, he's always very proud of it. I mean, nothing now, nothing at all.
Slash designed the Sweet Child O Mine riff as a finger exercise. Thank you, Katia.
Guys, Guys, can you stop messing around?
Two twats on drums. Two twats on drums.
Hang on a second. Hang on a second.
What it's with Andrew is he wants all of it.
It's the Trogs tape. Have I played you the Trogs? You fucking done it. Maybe we'll play. Well, this is the Trogs.
Oh, it's
tape.
nothing. I've noticed that.
What are you going to say, Gav?
It's his drum kit. He wants.
No, hang on a second. You just said something here. They're keeping him in the band. He's getting a better deal being in this band.
And if
a better deal being in this band.
If you keep him in the band, he's going to expect to play.
Hang on a sec. That's what I'm saying. I don't want him in the band.
Oh, careful, because your coat's on a rusty nail.
Full stop. I have nothing against him personally.
I just don't want him in the band.
Just don't want him in the band.
With less than 36 hours to go to our first gig.
But come on, musically.
Yeah, I know.
It's going to hold us back.
No, that's not it. That's not it.
Another one?
That's not it, honey. No.
I don't know if he's any good at writing songs.
Stop it, Andrew's on the phone.
Excuse me, Andrew's on the phone.
Hold on a minute. Say that again. The neighbours have got a petition up. Say that again. You know a petition? Yeah. The neighbours have got, all the neighbours around here have got a petition up. To stop you drumming? Yeah.
All the neighbours around here have got a petition to stop you drumming. Yeah.
No, I don't believe that.
I've been going for about 3 hours non-stop.
What we need is some conflict. Can we do like condoms and neighbours? Yeah, let's do that one.
Very good. They're really late at night. As well, don't tell loads of people though, because they're only around the school. Yeah, I won't.
And then you've got to blow them away straight away. You want to say, look, we don't want you in it. It may sound, bad, but...
I suppose it's like, oh great, we're getting a band together, let's get all the mates. And then you find out your mates can't play.
Yeah.
What do you think to
Thank you, Sam Littler.
Kevin and Gavin's guitaring?
Very good, actually.
Yeah?
Quite good.
It's now Tuesday morning. It is now officially the day before our gig. And boy are we in for some shit.
Exactly what the Beatles said before Shea Stadium. Exactly what they said. Boy are we in for some shit.
Because at this rate, we're not going to be ready nowhere near.
Well, I would suggest,
maybe,
instead of sitting there...
Waiting for neighbours to come on again and do like the blowjobs and that. Could you go and do some work?
You're going to turn around when you see this end bit, you're going to think, oh my...
Hang on, what's wrong with us?
We can't play.
Why?
This one.
We can't.
Says who?
Says us. We haven't got the standard.
No, hang on. We can play. We've got 3 songs done.
Fair enough. 3 songs does not make an entire set.
4.
It does if you're Sean Maguire coming to our college. I think you managed 2.
Just repeat the chorus.
Call it 5 and I might start believing it.
What do you think to this whole idea of Chris having this video? And has he got pissed off with it at times?
Nah.
No? He has.
I mean, I must probably sound as cliched as hell here now.
What?
There's a telephone table, guys. There's an actual telephone table.
Now, do you think he's got a phone address book? Or has he got one of them dial things?
Or has it got a little pot to put money in if you make a call? It's a phone table.
You ever think, oh great, there's another kid out there who's got problems. Well, I've got problems too as well, don't you know? People probably write in and seeing this and say, well, that kid's not the only one in the world with problems, etc, etc, etc. Well, yeah, I know. But
go on.
When you've got your own problems, you just think or feel that nobody else in the world has any more. Can't understand.
Skinny Bob says, what is this? It's too far into it to begin explaining.
It's the 90s, welcome.
To be honest, I don't think anyone knows why he gets these depressions.
He's been depressed, walking off.
He's got no reason to. I mean, he's got everything going for him. He's got his A-levels, he's got a girlfriend, he's got the band, this video diary. Basically, he's had a good life, and we just don't...
He's had a good life. Time for it to come in.
See why he has these problems.
Could we just film you like walking down there, but could you make it quite clear you're pissed off?
Me, as you know, or know the sort of character I am, I'm not. And I never will be. I don't think... Scared of dying. Because death comes to us all.
Yeah. Here we go. Now we're going to get some heavy stuff.
Whatever. And we always suffer the consequences. I mean, there's nothing we can do. We're all going to die sooner or later. And this dream shocked me in its stark reality. I mean, it felt real. I mean, it felt as if I'd just been transported to another place, not that I was lying in my bed somewhere. What it was about was I was in the middle of my nightmare, and I could feel the wind whipping up around me, almost like I could feel this.
Okay, should you not be rehearsing for your gig that's in less than 24 hours?
No, we're going to reconstruct this nightmare, if that's all right.
And I walked through a gate, raw time gate, and I thought, what's going on? And I realised that I was in a graveyard by now. And there was sort of this mist that clung on to me, and it felt horrible. A cold, clammy sort of mist. I've experienced mist before, but never one like this. I mean, like, it stuck on me.
I've experienced mist before, but never one like kind of sticks on me.
That sounds familiar to me, that sticky mist.
All around me, made me feel just horrible.
Sticky mist.
And so I was walking through this graveyard, and then bam, out of nowhere, a fairly big gravestone appeared in front of me.
Got your name on it?
Big letters, here lies the body of Chris Needham.
This never happened. This dream never happened.
No.
Born 14th of the 10th, 74.
Very precise dreams.
Died.
Too
something.
soon.
June 92. And I just stood there, and the next thing I
What
knew,
that's about. You need to practice for your gig.
I woke up and I was crying. And it upset me. I've never dreamed anything like that before.
Or ever.
Now, you know, we had a few beers and that, but beers never done that with me before. Not made me dream like that. Something made that dream, or nightmare as it were.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know what that was about.
Segue there.
Here we go. The debut. That's a great banner.
You know how it feels now?
Feeling stressed, dear?
Yes.
She's taking it seriously.
No, the fifth years are coming in after the fourth year. You're joking.
The fifth years are coming in after the fourth years. No. You're joking.
It's not dangerous.
By the way, Katya, this is almost identical to the ending of Anvil. I think you'll spot some similarities.
So there's no cost.
I know it's the teachers.
Major trauma. We're going to sound awful.
Greg!
Curtains are drawn because it's light outside. Look, it's light. He's not playing the guitar. Certainly not on "You Shook Me All Night Long," which is the title of this song. He's not playing the guitar. All we've seen is him play the guitar.
Loving it.
The MCA warning, you know it. American thighs.
Pies?
Thighs, pies, or eyes? You decide. Knocking me out with those American thighs?
Is this an original
Pies
song? This isn't.
or
is
eyes?
Knocking me out with those American thighs. Taking more than my share. Heavy fun.
This is Katya. Sorry, Katya will know. Katya, is this a real song? Or is this a made-up one?
Isn't this you? Shook me on.
Night long. She's okay. Who's that by? One of AC/DC. Thank you, guys.
She told me to come, but I was already there. Cause the walls start shaking, the earth was quaking, my mind was aching. Shook me all night long. Yeah, you. Shook me all night long. Had to come around to take another round. Now I'm back in the ring to take another.
They're not dreadful. They're not dreadful.
I'm not sure they need any guitars, just him and the drums.
Swing, cause the walls start shaking. The earth was quaking, my mind was aching. We were making it here. Shook me all night long. Yeah, you. Shook me all night long. There's a death.
is a shame, right? If he didn't have the footage of this, this would be in his memory as an absolute triumph.
This is great, man.
And your turn.
This is the best footage we've had for ages.
Katya says, "Oh no, someone's at the door." Katya, ignore it. He's getting to sing along. Someone's doing the light.
She'll be all night long. Yeah, you should, man.
It's going to be unbearable to down that corridor for the next year.
God, those stories of like you'd hear of like Paul McCartney or Adam Faith taking a guitar into the lunch canteen at school and girls screaming. Turns out it's true.
Yeah.
It turns out it's true.
It happened.
We are running by the bell at school, and the bell has gone. I'm glad you enjoyed the show. We've got a dance lesson next, and that floor's got Coca-Cola on it.
We've got a dance lesson next, and that floor's got Coca-Cola on it.
The dance lesson would have been 3 girls, me and my mates, doing a coordinated dance to Enya's Sail Away.
If you intercut this footage, Sail Away, with these girls talking now with like the Bay City Rollers, take that. This would not be out of place in a documentary.
So you saw it.
She that teacher said, "We are ruled by the bell."
We are ruled by the bell.
In it though.
We just had rock and roll.
So you saw it then? Oh dear me, I thought it went absolutely superb, because really considering all the practice we have, the amount of practice we have this morning can be seen or counted upon the fingers of my left hand. None whatsoever. I don't know what it's going to sound like, because I've not actually. I don't know what the hell it's going to sound like when you watch it. I don't know what it sounds like. You probably think it's a load of crap. But I thought, according to us, that's what we think. What we think counts. And I thought it went bloody brilliant. And I'm dead chuffed, and I'm absolutely knackered. Flipping school. Oh, I don't believe this.
He said, "I don't believe this." Loughborough's cheapest demo studio.
Oh God.
It's called Beetroot. Beetroot.
That's actually pretty good.
Well, but the root bit doesn't make sense. The beat bit does. The root bit doesn't. The beat does. The root doesn't.
The root to the beat. But yeah, also a vegetable.
That old lady. Here we go.
Let's go in. Come on. Let's go. I've had enough of this.
Recent success, they decided to splash out on the cheapest of studio sessions.
Sod off or sue off. This is the epilogue. They should have ended at the concert, but we got an epilogue.
Have a go at this?
Yeah.
Well, let's.
When you're ready.
Yeah, it's just those odd words though. You
We're going to record it or don't?
Right.
Okay.
Tape.
It is too late, though we see the light, so death evolves. But we need to fight, no direction, as we make a stand. Well, what's up? It is too late, though we see the light, so death evolves. No time waste, the people cry, as we destroy our place. Oh, I've done it again. That is, I cannot do anything about it, somebody else sing it. Basically, that was it. That was my programme. This has helped a great deal, but I can't do a video diary forever, can I?
Well, I wish you could.
So, here I am.
People do.
Now, finishing it.
Hold on a sec.
Sam says,
I
"Mate, you're
forgot
gonna love
the
it when YouTube
words.
comes along."
Do it again. Just do it one more.
This bit, I just genuinely needed to talk to you. To say, I don't know, I'm in a funny sort of mood now. It's just like the diary's sort of like virtually ended.
This is going to be a massive come down, isn't it?
And I guess I'm just feeling a bit hollow down here.
You've been feeling that all the way through it, but
It is too late, though we see the light so death evolves. But we need to fight, no direction, as we make a stand, pawns of deception. We're all living.
oh, so good.
Shit.
See what I mean? Sounds like it's been through it a couple of times on every American teen movie you've ever seen.
Yes, man.
But it happens, and it's true. And I hope if any of the older people out there are watching,
Oh, bastards.
they might just be able to respond to that and appreciate it. I'm sure we were all teenagers once. I'm sure we always will be.
No.
Some of us.
Press stop. It's a very noisy swallow.
Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure to be here.
Okay, I think we're done.
I appreciate your viewing.
Okay.
Now,
Don't make this awkward, Chris.
let's rock and roll.
Ah, he did it! There we go, there we go, there we go, there we go. I forgot about this. I forgot there's a video. What a journey.
It's too late, though we see the light so death evolves. But we need to fight, no direction, as we make our stand, pawns of deception. We're all living damned, winning, only a losing game, condemnation, and eternal shame, and perpetrate. I'm a light to be, passing judgment, but don't damn me. You think I care? Don't give a fuck. Won't get my share. Don't give a fuck. Becoming green. The world it dies. The truth I've seen. You're stinking.
Wow. Wow. That was some show. Arena Blackpool documentary 1989.
Oh.
Just give me a second.
Plot car picture goer.
And now. And what is this? The long-running Blackpool. Right. Okay, that's Friday night. We're done. I see that. Let's go from one musician to another musician, because I see that our friend, we invited her on the show on Friday and then we didn't do it. Emma Grace guitar. Let's go and raid Emma Grace guitar.
If you enjoyed what we've just watched, this is completely different.
We invited her on the show and then we had to cancel because we were